Hello. I think we're live. I'm not sure. Making sure.
Make it sure.
We have two people here right now. Posadis is joining shortly, but we should all shame them for being late, right?
Yes, that's very important. Are you sure you're alive?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, we are. A lot of people stream today. So how are you, Calliope, in this fine day?
Uh, no, work. Very boring. Got it done though.
Today was a holiday in Brazil, actually.
What holiday?
So that's a good question.
You don't even know?
I just know that people don't work today. That's all we need to know. But let's see. Oh,
We're gonna have some nice gifts. This is the greatest gift I've found. It has no relevance to this stream, but it's beautiful. So please enjoy while we sort this stream out, okay?
Okay. Are we starting the stream now?
Oh yeah, we're live, Posadis.
Oh
Yeah,
shit, we are live. Holy crap. Hi everybody. Fuck. Okay. I'm awake. Yes. Good. Just woke up. Living the dream. How's it going, everyone?
But it's beautiful. Shoot, I messed up. Going great.
Oh man. We're doing fall anime. Fucking sick.
All anime.
Well, I mean
In the winter time.
mm,
I don't know about you, but it's already started snowing here. I guess Australia's already in summer now?
it's spring. It's spring and it's moving into summer. And it's
Well,
fucking
we just had
G.
snow in Ohio like a week ago, and not kidding, I had to spend like 10 minutes scraping it off the car. And it's like November.
oh shit.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
not
man.
normal.
It's
not a
probably,
good
it probably
sign.
it probably is normal, but it felt like the world is burning up in the last few years, so this is just like back to normal. It feels weird.
Oh boy. Oh
Well,
shit.
I think recently in the Italian, a place where politicians unite to talk with each other on Italy. I think like they water invaded the place they were.
Okay, but
I heard this on the
seriously,
news.
you never answered. What Brazilian holiday is it? You don't even
Oh,
know.
it's something to do with the Republic. It's some old people doing some old things. No one cares anymore.
For the Republic! Yeah, well, that's great. Alright. Shit.
It wasn't even a real republic. Brazil only got a real republic in the
Hey,
in
we
the
got
30s.
Raccoon
If that.
JS. Steve,
And we got a dictatorship.
Stefan
So.
Abat.
Yeah, that's
Great.
right. You guys have got long live Emperor Bolsonaro. Long may he reign, apparently.
No, we are not in a dictatorship yet.
Oh, you...
Lula is back apparently. How's that? Not.
Yes.
How's that?
Holy shit.
When he,
Will he even,
did you see what
will
he
he even
said
be able
when
to
he
do
got out?
anything? I don't think he can even run, right? Or anything crazy.
Oh, but he can go to the public I am appointing this guy to be my successor or something along those lines. So that means because last year, Lula tried to get so he could appoint someone and say, I support this guy. He has all my support. They found a way, an illegal way, to stop him from having interviews, even if you are arrested. So they found a way to stop him illegally, so he couldn't say anything. So that people wouldn't have faith in the guy, something like that. People love to have faith, it seems.
Well, in any case, we better get this show on the road. We've got a mouse stream.
Okay.
Oh,
So do you want to start with some second seasons carrying over from last season? What do you think?
well, you're in charge of the stream, so you go first. Really, I've been watching only a few shows this season, so I need to catch up on things. Ooh, but
Well, it's only felt like we've had 3 episodes of My Hero Academia, so let's just get that out the window. It's pretty exciting. I mean,
I
this is what I've been
Yeah.
waiting for. Overhaul. He is legitimately the only thing I was looking forward to. I have no idea what he's about. I haven't read the manga, but I already can tell he's the best.
Oh, is Overhaul the guy with a mask?
Yeah, he's the guy with that.
Oh,
And
And
this
he's
is
got,
watch
like,
this
a-
season.
he's got like a proper murder quirk too, like Shigaraki. Like he's got a proper like I kill you dead quirk. Like I don't know if it tells you what his quirk is, but it's like, if he touches you with his hands, it like cuts you in half. It's like fucking.
It looks like you just like get pestilence and like immediately blow up from the plague or something.
Yeah, like he is. Like he's a pretty badass villain. Like his introduction with Shigaraki in the League of Villains was just like absolutely insane. That standoff was so fucking cool. Like, yeah, I'm really liking Deku's character development too. Like, I was having a discussion with someone about this the other night.
It's really fun how many
And
scars he has.
Yeah.
He's gonna just be a broken man that one day. Just like All Might. You can tell.
Yeah, man, it's just fucking crazy. It's just fucking crazy because I was having a discussion with someone about Deku and why I like him so much is having a chat with V. And it's like I watch My Hero Academia because, it's kind of like the show you watch to make yourself feel better. And I know that's kind of weird, but I watch it because, when you like watch a movie about superheroes or a movie about, you watch a World War II movie from the Allied perspective or something like that. You're watching it because the good guys are going to win. The good guys are going to win in the end, and all you're doing is you're just watching to see how they do it, right?
Do you feel that's how Boku
That's
no
not
Hero
okay, but that's not why I watch Boku no Hero. I watch Boku no Hero because I want the League of Villains. I want them to win. I'm sorry. I know they won't, but like, a man can hope.
Yeah, look.
And
No. I don't
just
want the League of
scene
Villains.
is like, I'm the new leader, and Shigaraki, you're doing child's play. Let's do it the real way.
Like League of Villains, the only person who I agree with in the entire League of Villains wasn't even in it, and that's Stain.
To be fair, it seems like the League of Villains doesn't really develop. I'm not sure. I haven't read the manga. It just looks like it gets more interesting as it goes on. So I'm excited to see that.
They go in. They go in just like Shigaraki started this whole League of Villains things just for shits and giggles. Like All for One started this whole thing for shits and giggles, and Stain was the only person who actually had a coherent ideology. And they got a bunch of people to join because Stain was affiliated with them, but the truth is, no. The thing is, I made a video on it, and we here at Shonen Ronin have made a video on it, but it hasn't been released yet. We haven't done that. We haven't released that one yet, I don't think. We haven't Stain posted in a while. We need to Stain post. But My Hero, the reason why I watched it is because, like I said, I watch it like, the My Hero Academia movie, right? I always have a shit-eating grin on my face whenever I watch it because, you've got the big ending scene with double Detroit smash. You know what I mean? Like, with the music and everything. It's like, I watch that show to cheer myself up because, at the end of the day, the good guys are going to win. The good guys are going to win. Bad guys are going to lose. Everybody's happy and healthy and big old-fashioned happy ending.
But you say that not in a bad way, right? Because like when I watched it, I watched it at the beginning of season 1, and I also read the beginning of the manga, and I don't think like they make a bad. I think they have good stakes. The fights, like they feel there can be consequences. I think.
Yeah, that's
the
the good
stakes
thing
are
about
ramping
it.
up too now. But it's great.
That's the good thing about it, though. I think because
I think we should
they're
move on,
gonna
'cause
win.
I think Posadas is wrong. The League of Villains is hype, and I want them to win. I don't care about the good guys in My Hero Academia.
Don't you dare!
I just
Don't
want
you dare say
Overhaul to just
No.
overhaul the series. And
okay.
Shigaraki is a man child at the beginning. Like the League of Villains doesn't. You're right. Stain is like the only one for like real ideals, but like If you see the manga panels of how he develops, he's probably just
Yeah.
stupid, but like he means business.
Shigaraki's gonna get more evil. I mean, I'll say though that I really enjoy it because of the good guys winning. But you've got a good point, Wiki, because the great piece of magic is like it doesn't fall into the trap that Dragon Ball and Naruto always fall into, which is the power creep, and because the main character is going to pull Deus Ex Machina, like the stakes are real. People are going to get fucked up. People are going to die. Like I know for a fact from people who've read the manga, they haven't spoiled who, but like the League of Villains are going to get real serious in a minute, and peeps are going to fucking die, and Deku's going to have to handle that. So I'm looking forward to it. I think My Hero. I made a big claim on my top 10 list, which I'm going to be
Wait,
releasing
what do you
later
think is
today.
going to die? Who do you think is going to die?
Who do I think is going to die?
Did you say that someone was going to die?
Someone is going to die. I know someone dies in the manga. I don't know who it is, but
Oh.
my guess is it's going to be Lemillion, purely because I think Lemillion is going to do some heroic bullshit and lay down his life for Deku, and Deku's going to be like, guilt-ridden, and then there's going to be a whole, like, do I struggle with revenge or do I seek justice?
Spoilers
Yada,
that
yada,
were
yada.
completely obvious and was clear to everyone.
It's clear to everyone. It's
Yeah,
not even spoilers. I don't even know that's going to happen, but that's what
I don't have anything to say about Sword Art Online, but have you been watching that, Posadis?
I haven't been, and the reason why I haven't been is because I haven't found a good place to watch the dub. And I know everyone's going to be like, but seriously, Sword Art Online's dub I find is easier to watch than the sub, and I don't know why.
Yes.
I just think
I too am
it's
waiting
better.
for their bridge series. Okay.
No.
Skipping
It's
over
not.
Yeah,
Danielson's
me
stuff,
too.
but that also
Me
It's
too.
actually I prefer the dub. I am dubs over subs as far as Sword Art Online goes, because I have this problem when I watch a show in a certain language. I find it hard not to watch. I find it hard to watch the show in the other language once I've watched it like that. Like I can't imagine watching Cowboy Bebop in Japanese. I couldn't. I don't think I could. Same thing with Dragon Ball. I couldn't watch Dragon Ball in Japanese. I can't do it. I can't take Goku or Vegeta seriously in the Japanese stuff. I can't do it.
Wait, is that like a rule about the difference in languages, or is that because the woman who does Goku is like an old elderly woman, and it's really hard to take her seriously when you have her.
I can't
Goku.
believe they just like, okay, we're gonna have you voice Goku as a child, and now we're gonna have you voice Goku as an adult. Like, how did that happen?
No,
who let that happen?
Yeah, Goku has this really sort of high pitched and I'm like, whereas in the English dub, he's this loud, manly, strong presence. Goku in like Dragon Ball in dub. A lot of people have said it. Dragon Ball, you watch Dragon Ball in dub because we grew up watching it, or at least I did because I'm old as fuck.
I did as well.
I don't. So I think we're all in on it.
Portuguese.
I used to bully kids on the playground because they watched Dragon Ball, and then look what I become.
What?
Look what I became.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you. What?
You heretic.
I'm
But
joking. I was bullying
Holy
kids that were
shit.
cooler than me.
SAO
I was
is
also like trying to be like a transformer, like role playing as like a Star Wars character or like a transformer.
So Star Wars,
I watched
yes.
Transformers, but I
Japanese
could not
shit,
watch
no.
Dragon Ball. Yeah,
Goku.
What
this
the
is the
fuck?
real, this is the
Goku
real
is
shit on
Chad.
the playground.
Goku is Chad, but he's not the best character. Gohan's best character fighting. Actually, no, I like Vegeta more. But speaking like well, I haven't been watching Super, so there is. But yeah, Sword Art Online, I haven't been watching Alicization, but from what I've heard from people, lots of people aren't happy with Alicization. So, I might go and find a dub stream for it and have a look myself. I reckon.
All I've seen so far is GIFs, and just the amount of blood is like, wow, this looks actually cool this time, even though it's one scene.
Kirito is still Kirito, so Jesus Kun is still Jesus Kun, so
Jesus.
we'll see. Yeah, Jesus Kun. Deus Ex Kirito.
Oh, is Kirito still pulling out some cool shit?
Yeah, Kirito is
Breaking
still
the
winning
games.
fights. Kirito is still winning fights he shouldn't possibly win. But standard Kirito bullshit.
All right, we're gonna wait for Cherry Boy Raider to show up in the chat to start talking about Food Wars. Okay, so moving on to Cautious Hero.
Who? What?
It's an isekai. You probably skipped over it.
Oh God!
Wait,
no.
is that the one with the what's the name?
It's the one with the Aqua ripoff.
Oh yeah, I watched this one. What do you think of
I only
it?
watched one episode. It was alright. Like, I felt by the end of the first episode, I realized that this is gonna be like a one-joke show, and I got kind of tired of it. But the opening was really good. I was kind of impressed. The first half of the episode.
I mean, I haven't watched a new isekai. I lie. Like
don't
the
blame
last
you.
isekai I watched, the last isekai I watched properly was Overlord. Because Overlord's actually good. But realistically speaking, yeah, it's good. It's fucking
too bad
Overlord's
our
amazing.
Irishmen are asleep for this stream because Ein-sama is the biggest Overlord fan I've ever seen.
Overlord. I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah,
Were you
that's
just calling
true.
it Overwatch? Or is that just me?
What?
That was just you.
Okay.
Overlord. But the latest I'm lying. The latest isekai I've watched.
No, I'm
The latest isekai I've watched was the latest isekai I've watched was Do You Love Your Mum and Her Two Hit Multi-Target Attacks, and it's the same thing, morbid curiosity. I'm just like, how bad can this actually be? Turns out,
right.
very.
It is great. I love
It was fan service pandering to like the biggest like. It's Milfsekai is the official name for it, and that's exactly what it is. It's Milfsekai. Although if you're talking about actually,
okay, I'm gonna fight Wiki later because Beastars is good, but like if you're saying it's the best this season, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
Best of this, we have to wait for Cherry Boy, but best of season, like, oh, actually, I don't know because
Psychopaths. Oh my
fucking
god.
Psychopaths like
that's
that
really ruined it. Like it would be easy. Food Wars. No. But there's psychopaths.
We have to wait. We have to wait till near the end of the stream, Carl, because you and I are just gonna fangirl about
we'll just talk about psychopaths for an hour long, okay?
Oh god.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're like this is the thing. We're both big manly men, but we're gonna actually fangirl over Psychopaths for like an hour because oh my god, season 3 is so good. I was kind of scared. And then suddenly, all the old characters come back and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" We're like, "Fucking yeah!" But I'm just going to throw this in before we talk about that later. I'm just going to throw that in that Chief Shimotsuke is a lot better than Inspector Shimotsuke. Chief Shimotsuke is so she is so.
It's the development she had to go through that makes her so great.
Whoa! Keep that for when I talk about that show. Go in order. We are talking about this one right now.
Okay, which one? What
shitty
isekai that we don't
have? Shitty isekai called Cautious Hero.
So I am the only one. I'm going to make a rant about this one because the problem is not that there is only one joke.
It's cool.
No, it's not cool.
What? It's not.
So the real big problem with this show, I hate it with so much passion. You have no idea. The show is disgusting because this show, like people joke that every isekai is about an. Close my eyes.
Okay, go on.
Like
go on.
this,
I'm sorry.
Like this show, you would think like it's about this cautious hero who plans everything ahead, but. If it was that, like even if it was predictable, it would be fun. There would be like in the first episode showed that a little bit. Like there's a little girl who goes talk to him, and everyone like is he's going to doubt this girl, and like she will give him something. And what about this thing she gave it to him? There will be a lot of mystery and a lot of things like to think about. What is real, what is not? Like who should you trust? Right? It will be fun just the premise alone, but they don't follow the premise. This guy is just OP. Because in this world, you can go to the God's realm every time you want. And in the God's realm, you can just train without even fighting monsters to become powerful. So you can basically like grind for 10 years to make your Pokemon go all level 90
to beat the first Dragon Ball is bad, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's hyperbolic time chamber Mark II, electric boogaloo.
No, but in that time chamber, they're fighting against time. Like it was exciting. They had to
time
their
for
all.
2 years. Okay, I see.
In this one, the guy can just like throw an inferno bomb on an army and kill them in a single attack, and the joke is that he's too powerful and everyone's trash.
Okay, so
Well,
I only
the
watched
other
one
problem is
episode,
we've
so I
already
can't
done
really
it.
comment. I just want you to tell me. I'm putting it on stream. I want you to tell me. You have to wait a minute, but there's this girl. I need you to tell me who it is, because I can tell she's the best. But before it goes on stream, did you watch more than one episode? Because that's all I did. So I can't say it gets
I
better
watched
or worse.
everything except the last episode. I think I dropped the last episode, so I watched 5-6 episodes.
Like my backlog. I haven't been watching new anime because my backlog is so high. Like I've got I'm still watching Cute Girls to Antarctica, and I've also been like searching for my next show to watch because I'm having to do JoJo in small bursts because, to be honest, I feel I'm going to piss everybody off by saying this, but Stardust Crusaders is a bit of a grind. I'm not going to lie.
You can't. Like, the other parts, you can just, like, binge your way through parts 1 and 2, but, like, you have to slow down for part 3 to enjoy it. Like, you were supposed to watch that show weekly to get, like, the maximum value. So, I wouldn't say it's a show you can watch back to back.
It's just, the thing is, like, I'm starting to get, like, fatigued through Stardust Crusaders because it's the same plot. It's, like, enemy of the week, kill the enemy of the week, and then, like... Because from what I know, like Diamond is Unbreakable and Golden Wind have got like really intricate plots that are more than just big burly men beating the shit out of each other. But
Stand
it seems
Still
like Stardust
are more like episode of like it. Golden, like the next parts too are also kind of monster of the week as well. It's just how stands develop that make it that way. It seems, but
but like that's what really annoys me because I as far as I can tell right now, I'm gonna be that guy, but as from where I'm at with JoJo right now, I don't think anything is going to be able to top Battle Tendency because Battle Tendency was just amazing.
I don't know. You might like Golden Wind. I made a video on it, and I think has the best leftist message so far. So if you can enjoy it for at least that, you'll love it.
But Karaoke knows how to enjoy the themes of the shows.
Like Joseph Joestar.
Hey, we got featuring Dez here. The stream is now amazing.
Joseph
it wasn't
Joestar
exciting
is,
until
like,
now.
Way more interesting. Joseph Joestar is more fun, and like
Joseph Joestar is in part 4.
Ah, yes, he is indeed. And Jotaro always gets more G. Jotaro gets more G.
He has no idea what's going on. He hasn't even watched JoJo.
Yeah, why are we talking about JoJo?
Okay, moving on to
no, don't move yet. I have more to say about that.
You really?
I have to give it.
Can we just fire past the Isekai? Come on, Wiki, it's trash.
No,
let's get it.
No, there is good things about it. The main girl does a bunch of cute faces, and there is the trashy toilet humor. Yeah, the toilet humor is also really good. I sent you an image where the main guy, he gets like he makes that's one of the cool things. The main guy, he really has no chill, so he's really trying his hardest. He finds out that if he gets her hair and combined it with his weapons, he crafts the best weapons in the game. So. But he gets any hair he can find. So he goes like under the bed. He goes everywhere to find hair just so he can craft better weapons.
I have this image Vicky sent me, and please don't explain the context, but as you can see from the image, it is disgusting.
Yes, he will go anywhere. Like this guy he's hardcore. He's going to do everything.
This is cautious. This is the definition of a cautious hero.
Yes. He won't stop at any limits to become stronger, and that's it. No one watched the show. Let's skip.
How do we know All Might didn't do the same thing?
Well, do you reckon that All Might had a hyperbolic time chamber?
We got.
They have time chambers where they can train forever, and every enemy is useless against them. Yeah. That's what caution means. It's not about like doubting everyone. It's about being retarded and not just getting more levels. Oh, and every single person in the show thinks the main hero is amazing because he's so OP. So he treats everyone like trash, and you have to stand that shit. The main girl you liked, Calliope, she becomes in love with him just because he's strong. That's it.
Oh, cool. The purple.
She's the worst.
The purple Susie apparently is her name.
It seems so. She is the worst girl. She just gets in love with him because he's strong. That's it. That's her personality.
All right, let's.
Sword Art Online
Oresuki,
treats the girls. Sword Art Online treats girls better than that show. Okay.
Okay, let me give the rundown of Oresuki here. So, this is people have been calling this like a parody of harem anime, which sure, from the first few episodes you can get that vibe because how it starts is he has these two girls and he thinks they're like about to ask him out because they like, take him on dates, but the minute they sit down on a bench to confess their feelings, they confess that they're in love with his best friend. So, yeah, twice. This happens twice. So, we have this crazy like pentagram that's like all messed up. Here, I'll get the image here. This is from episode 2. Thanks to a helpful redditor who made this image. As you can see, these are his two friends he's interested in, who happen to like his best friend instead. But there's also a crazy librarian yandere who likes him, but I guess she's disgusting or something, or she's just really intrusive. So that's the only girl he doesn't like who confesses that she's in love.
But it's so weird because he thinks she's ugly. He thinks she's ugly, but she's not ugly.
This is when the twist occurs. This show's like going a mile per minute each episode. Because episode 3, everything shifts. We had that nice pentagram. This is episode 3. It turns into a love pentagram to now it's just I love anime titties. Because as it turns out, the librarian yandere is actually hot the whole time. So this is when we realized that the show was not a parody, and this is just a normal harem anime. So it's still funny though, but now we are the generic harem. That's Oresuki in a nutshell. Enjoy to your heart's content, I guess.
Oh wait, is that in the episode 3 pentagram?
Yeah. This is the result of episode 3.
I think it's pretty obvious that the main girls also love the main guy, so it's an actual harem. This is too simple.
Yeah. Some people won't like it anymore after episode 3, but my friend Weiss on Discord says it still keeps up the same like quality of like comedy and stuff. So just don't expect it to not be a harem because it is just a harem anime. It just has this weird beginning.
Wait, hang on.
The beginning is really good. The beginning is legitimately really good.
So old mate Kirito wannabe right here. His best mate is actually in love with the creepy one. and the two hot girls want the jock dude. The jock dude's in love with the creepy one, and the creepy one wants.
Like I said, it just becomes he's just gunning for a harem near the end. So.
What's that, Dad?
So what do you think, Leggy? Did you watch the show?
I watched the show. The first episodes are like light novels. They usually like at least the beginning is very well crafted.
No idea.
So the beginning is very fun. It's very well planned. But then later on, like you can see that the guy is not so sure what to do anymore. So the second act
Weiss might be a biased source, so take it as you will. But if you like harem, Weiss is a standing for. I don't care. I don't think I'm gonna watch past episode 3. I can care less. It was interesting.
Okay, so full disclosure, by the way, Calliope, I haven't seen the new episode of Food Wars yet, so don't spoil anything.
Oh no, I haven't either. We're both sick. I haven't seen the new episode of Psycho-Pass either, so you better not spoil that. Just letting you know.
I haven't seen Psycho-Pass either, so I'm looking forward to seeing Psycho-Pass, the next one, and of course the Food Wars episode, because getting keen. I mean, we all know that those are the two shows that we.
So I kind of recommend, like, if you just don't want to watch the show that much, but you're kind of curious about it, just watch the first 3 episodes and just pretend it's over and that he marries the stalker girl. You could just pretend it ended after that. It's fine.
Which is the best girl, Calliope? Is Stalker best girl? Zolo
I
said
guess so.
Stalker.
You can the story kind of wraps up after that, and after the 3rd episode, I guess you just get a bunch of other harem girls that didn't matter, so you can just drop it after episode 3.
A little part of me
I
is kind of
think-
tempted to watch this, and the reason I say that.
It's good. It's actually good. Like Calliope doesn't know how to sell a show. The show is really good.
I'm not selling a harem. Weiss is selling you a harem.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. The reason why I'm looking at this show and why I'm kind of interested is because part of me kind of needs my school days fixed. I need to see a car crash in slow motion.
No, it's not happening in this show. This is a comedy.
What the hell is my dad listening to? Oh, goddamn, Danny blew out our
Flash to
speakers.
talk is your friend.
Yeah. So, can you still hear that?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right, I'm gonna have to move over here. Yep.
Use
I'm gonna,
Splash to talk. Why everyone hates Splash to talk?
I don't really have anything
because I'm
else
on
to
my
say about
fucking
this
phone,
show.
you idiot.
Stalker, best girl, I guess. That's about it.
No, that's not true. So all the characters have like their different sides. Everyone's very honest. So it's very interesting. I think the best girl is also the dumb one. The dumb one is very cute.
I'm sorry, but there's not going to be any school days twist in it because it's like a manga. You can't just like have like a big murder twist in this. If it was a visual novel adaptation, I'd give it
Oh,
to you.
actually,
But
someone told me that the stalker girl has a dark past or something. There's a chance that something twisted is going to happen.
oh, that's true. I heard in the manga there's like this section that's like really dark that got cut out. Like Dora was actually getting bullied, and it just felt like depressing, and that just wasn't in the anime. So that's interesting.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
look,
Do you
I
remember that
mean,
like scene where like he broke up with those like or he just like offended those 2 girls and like they were putting like tacks in his shoe and stuff. In the anime that happened like really quick, but in the manga that's like drawn out like a lot.
Yeah, so here's the thing. They're trying to sell you that the main guy is a saint. It's like, if you see him like on the surface, he looks like this manipulative person. But the stalker girl, she knows that inside, deep inside, everything he does is for other people a lot of the time. So he's a saint who allows everyone to shit on him just so his friends can go out scot-free. So the main guy is really chill, and he deserves the harem, man. Like he's a saint. He suffers the bullying for his girls.
Yeah, what slice of life anime do we have? That's a good question. Flying Ninja. I guess we have the one cute girls play board games. I haven't seen that.
Me neither.
we have Raifus. We've got the Raifus, which is like.
Are you watching Rifle is Beautiful?
I really want to watch Rifle is Beautiful, but I don't know of any places to stream it that I can access.
Or Komamon.
I haven't watched that.
Looks like it'll be alright. It has a 5.73, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
It's just a sports anime about girls who like to shoot guns.
Well, do they shoot like? Is that they training? Do they make training? Like they shoot things to train, like, or they shoot humans or something?
No, they're sports shooters. They're like shooting type.
Oh. Huh.
And so they start a rifle club at their school because their old middle school had a rifle club, and they've started a new rifle club at their high school.
Oh, did you watch that one?
From what I heard about the board game one is they're playing like real board games. That sounds pretty cool, but I'm not sure if it's gonna.
Oh,
be
it's Chahafuru?
Okaku Saikaru Club or something like that.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
not Chahafuru.
I'll be honest with you, like the slice of life genre really has it's a real hit and miss for me. I'm not a big fan of slice of life, but like, you know, I make 2 exceptions. I make an exception for Lucky Star, and I make an exception for Sound of the Sky.
This guy is a KyoAni fan, and he says to everyone here that he doesn't like Saul, except every single KyoAni show. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just a shout
I
out,
will.
but This is a pretty good web manga anime adaptation. This 3rd season. Please Take My Brother Away. Pretty alright. I think it's based on a Chinese web manga, but I don't know if it's made by a Japanese studio or a Chinese studio. But it's pretty good. Pretty short, so decent.
Excuse me, but that's the thing. That's the thing, Wikilo. That like, I love KyoAni. KyoAni make things work. KyoAni make things work.
That's actually amazing. That means you have like a high taste.
I'm not gonna lie, but KyoAni's too refined for my taste, so.
That's the thing. KyoAni are easily my favorite studio, and I could rant about them for days. But like, you know, like the thing the thing that sold me on KyoAni was Haruhi, and you could say Haruhi is slice of life, but I don't think it is. Haruhi is science fiction.
Science of fiction.
Yeah, it's a science fiction anime.
It's life of science.
Yeah, life of science. Yeah, like but that's the thing. Like, you know, KyoAni. Well, let's think about what KyoAni's done. KyoAni's done Haruhi. They did Violet Evergarden, which is, well, it's recently as heretical as it sounds. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that, because you guys can all watch my top 10 video, which is releasing later today.
Oh.
Where I do my official top 10 list.
This is a big reveal.
But you know,
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That's
It's my thank you for 1,000, actually almost 1,100 subscribers. So it's my 1K appreciation post. So that's my top 10 list. So you get to see what Pac-Man's taste really is.
Top 10 KyoAni shows.
Actually, come to think of it, if I think about my top 10 list, KyoAni only has one show on there.
Oh, damn.
Oh. That's interesting.
Because, like, you see, the thing is, I love KyoAni shows, but you got to think about what KyoAni have done. They've done Dragon Maid. They did, which
Slice of life.
yeah, but you know, the thing about actually, besides K-On! And Lucky Star, pretty much all of KyoAni's like slice of life shows have like some unique twist that make them really fun to watch.
Chunibyo.
Yeah, Chunibyo. I haven't seen Chunibyo yet, but I really want to. You've
Free?
got like
What's the twist in Free that makes it so fun to watch? Tell me.
no, Free is just yaoi bait, but like, you know, I haven't watched Free, and to be quite honest, it's not my demographic, is it really?
Hey,
Makes sense.
I'm sorry to interrupt this stream, but we have an important Twitter video to watch. Oh shoot! I lied. This sucks. It got deleted. I'll find it on YouTube.
A Twitter video?
Yeah, Hibeke Euphonium. Now, I haven't watched Hibeke Euphonium in ages. I need to rewatch Hibeke Euphonium.
But like, I guess Hibiki Euphonium sounds more like a drama.
Yeah, it's not slice of life. Hibeke Euphonium's it's more of like a story. And Violet Evergarden technically is slice of life. Technically. But it's like, don't get me talking
Was
about...
that a real life photo of Posadas? Is that what it just showed?
No. Oh, okay, I found it.
Wait, which one? Where is
we
it?
We have an important. We're taking a small break from the stream of seasonal impressions because we are going to watch the news channel.
The news channel?
A copy of Dragon
Monica
Maid
King's
was found in the
11-year-old daughter
library.
checked this anime-style book out from the Monroe Middle School
Wait,
library.
really?
She heard that
Yeah, it was
there
on the
was
local
some
news.
cuss words and stuff, and she thought it was a cool book, so she checked it out to see for herself.
But King
is
says her daughter,
censorship
who's
under
in 6th
America.
grade, immediately knew
Freedom
something
of
was
speech?
off.
I don't think so.
My daughter came and brought it straight to me and said,
Wait,
Mama,
hang
you
on.
don't like this, so I wanted to show you.
The book King's daughter brought home is
What
part
are
of the
you talking about?
Japanese
I'm
graphic
sorry, the
novel
stream is on
series
delay, so
Miss
you just have to-
Kobayashi's
you just have
Dragon
to
Maid.
Pretend you
The
know what's
story
going on.
involves a dragon which transforms into a young human woman in a maid outfit. This particular story features drawings
Where are you
of the
showing
Dragon
that?
Maid exposing most of her breasts.
This whole chapter right
Oh.
here talks about
Wow, I'm an idiot.
Yes, you are.
I have so many tabs open. I don't know which one is streaming. Sorry, my friends.
You are very,
I'm sure you were
confused,
hearing
man.
it though. I think. Here we go.
exposing most of her breasts.
This whole chapter right here talks about how enlarged her breasts are and what the issues are with them. When it comes to regular library books, I mean, she's
There
a
are some
sixth grader.
crazy panels in Dragon
This
Maid.
is definitely
I
inappropriate.
saw that.
King says she wants to know
no
how
joke.
this novel made its way onto the school library's shelves.
Because I think if somebody
Oh my
looked at
God.
this book, it would
There.
have not hit that school library.
We reached out to Omaha
Mom
Public Schools
says
about
the
King's
perfect
concern.
book.
In the statement,
Oh,
district
no.
spokesperson Jeremy
Oh, no,
Maskell
Dragon
says staff
Maid
does
in the
review
library.
material for recommended audiences.
What's the proof?
They go on to say this novel is recommended for young adults, but acknowledges parents have their own
Is this because of
opinions on
the
what is
big
best for their
titty
child,
dragon thing?
something
Yes.
which
Is
King
that it?
says is true.
So I think
I guess,
those
yeah, I
parents
guess
Alright,
she's
that's
kind of
a bit-
weird.
I mean,
That's interesting.
it's Dragon Maid.
Oh, that's like, I thought the show was wholesome.
The first volume's
It was
probably not a
someone-
big deal, but there are some crazy panels in Dragon Maid. I'll give her.
Oh, I see.
But
I guess she
I
has a
made
point.
a okay boomer meme in response to that. Got 1,000 likes on Twitter, so I'm a real memer now.
Congratulations, Calliope. You deserve all your meme points.
I'm sorry, but like, you know, if I found a copy of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid in my local library, I'd be fucking ecstatic.
They'd have to like clean that book like multiple times.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
like you would.
Oh my
like,
god.
Because look, honestly, Dragon Maid.
Is the manga that explicit?
No. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, definitely.
It depends.
Wow.
Like, it depends. Like, almost all the characters are like, you know, pretty much like, the only character who really is that explicit is Luqua. All the others, not really. All the others are just sort of.
No.
There is some cleavage here. Like, if the the obligatory beach episode, of course, but every other time, really only Luqua is explicit.
Yeah.
Everyone.
If Lukoa wasn't on the anime, it would be much more wholesome, I guess.
Yeah, but you see,
I
the
like-
thing
I
is,
like Lukoa.
Luqua is funny.
Yeah, she's funny.
But that whole show is just. God, I love Dragon Maid so much.
Me too. It's so good.
Okay, what's next on our seasonal anime list?
Wait. Before we talk about another show, Calliope, please show the pictures of the main character in the manga, how he looks like. Because in the anime, yeah, in Oresuki, the main guy is supposed to be this like is cunning man who like is performing this personality so he can acquire a lot of candidates to be his girlfriend. So he's this cunning man. But in the manga, they play it off in a very different way than the anime. In the
I see
manga,
what you mean. He looks
is-
about the same. He looks more like
No.
light in the manga.
yes, he looks like he makes Code Geass poses. He makes light poses. In the anime, he doesn't make a single pose. There are no references.
I don't think that's fair, but I see what you mean. I'll put a few images up. But he definitely looks
Like-
more like a
Oh, come on.
schemer. He still looks like he schemes in the anime, but he looks
This is the
more
Code
down,
Geass
like-
pose. This is the Code Geass pose. Look at the side of his eye. It's nothing like the anime. Like, look at this light Yagami copy. I think the whole stream would agree that this guy looks like Light Yagami. And like, why didn't they do it in the anime? I don't get it. It would make everyone want to watch it.
Oh, Cherry Boy's in the chat.
Okay, do you wanna talk about a trash anime, or do you wanna actually get hyped about Food Wars? It's up to you, Posadis, because I kinda want to talk about this trash anime first.
Let's talk about trash anime first.
Okay, Wiki, did you watch Assassin's Pride, or else I'll just go on like a rant about it?
I did, but you have much more to say than I do.
Yeah.
Rant. Go
It's
rant.
called
Engage Calliope
Assassin's
rant.
Pride, or as I like to call it, a lolly pride. That's what this show
Oh
is.
boy.
The setting, I was actually impressed from the first episode because, believe it or not, the setting was actually pretty cool. They live in basically a lantern city, like it's a mega city, and there's lanterns connected by like these like tunnels of trains. Each lantern, and outside of these lanterns, the world is like inhabited by like darkness and like lycanthropes.
Wait, when do they explain that? The thing about the
first
word
episode.
being. Oh, really? I missed that.
Oh my god, you missed the most important part.
It's like 1 minute. Come on, like what? But
Um,
okay, keep going.
But yeah, this show is just lolly pride, basically. Here is a panel from Naya saying, because the plot is this guy has to kill this assassin has to kill this girl, but he's like, wait, she's a lolly, she's cute, I'm gonna protect her. So yeah, it's like you said before, Wiki, you called it Chinubio, and that's how I describe it. It's a very Chinubio anime. There's this one scene where the lolly girl, she's having all her maids introduced, and one of the maids, I'm not joking, one of the little maid girls is called Nietzsche. I'm not joking. Pay attention, they just call her Nietzsche for no reason.
It's a very deep reference. You have to have a very high IQ to understand lolly pride.
Yeah. So the setting's
But
pretty
Karaoke,
cool.
you are underselling the only good, like the only like thematic passion about the show. You are underselling it. He's not helping her because she's a lolly. Come on.
No,
He looks at
he
her
is.
effort and her difficult situation, and he empathizes with her like passion, even against all adversity.
Yeah,
You are underselling the
the
passion.
show's is not that bad, but you know, it is Chinubio, but it's cool. I actually kind of like it so far.
I dropped it when there's a fight, and all they do is talk about like, just in the moment they throw a bunch of Deus Ex Machinimans, and they just fight with Deus Ex Machinimans. Say, oh, I am a vampire, so I can kill you. No, but wait, I am a zombie. Oh yeah, but I'm a vampire, zombie, and a witch. And okay.
That does happen.
So yeah, I dropped it. But everything is cute, everything is beautiful. I have to say that.
Yeah. You know, the setting is interesting. Vampires, Chanubios, lolly girls. There's even like Fate style mana transfers that were at least implied. So shows
Yeah.
something else. That's about all I had to
I
say.
think like there's eugenics as well, right? Like they have to keep keep the noble race in the same blood, but like the main guy is fighting against eugenics.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Apparently he was like from the outside world, so that's weird.
Yeah, the main guy has a lot like he has a lot to explain. How did he become so many races?
He's like if Alucard was an assassin vampire.
And a beautiful, maybe shonen.
I'm not joking. Lolly mana transfers are very heavily implied. It's but okay, yeah, it is Ilya Prisma style, so it's done by kisses. It's not done by visual novel style.
What did you want to say, Posadas?
I was just saying that a lot of the reviewers I've seen online have been talking about this show, and what they've been saying is like the only reason why they're giving it any praise at all is because it's a fantasy show that's not an isekai for once. And everyone's like, oh my god, a non-isekai fantasy show. Like, yay.
Well,
main character
we also
is
have
called
a Cyberpug fantasy show that's probably better than Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, No Guns Live. So fun.
Oh,
let's go.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to talk about that, but I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's much better than I expected. I quite enjoyed the 2 episodes I watched. I really like the mechanics of the main character. Like you expect him to be. It's not a dumb gimmick. It's pretty cool. He's like an old war machine. Like he's like an outdated model, but like the fact that no one remembers like what his function was just makes him that much cooler.
I didn't know that. Does no one know what? Does no one knows why why does he have a gun in his face? Like, what's the purpose
They
of
call him
it?
a gun slave. Like no one else can pull the trigger, so he needs like someone else to fire it, and he's like looking for that partner or something.
Why would you make a human with robot parts that only someone else can shoot? That
I
doesn't
don't know.
make any
They
sense.
literally call him the gun slave unit. What is going on here?
I think they forgot. I see. Do you want to talk about this show, Calliope, or?
Pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, that's about it.
We have very little to say about it. So this show is cyberpunk with the punk, very big punk part. So you can see the low life, how they live. You can see how the people in the underworld, like the citizens. You can, even though there's a bunch of machines, like high tech machines, everyone in the society is changing their arms and legs for other parts and stuff. Like this happens. It's very usual cyberpunk trope. And this is a metaphor, kind of, right? Like people are literally becoming guns sometimes.
Yeah, they're called overextended or something in this series.
Yeah, like in the early days, it seemed that people had to become overextended, and nowadays, like they only go for like the arm or something. But some people are still overextended. They are OP because they can be shooted at, and they can survive like 7 bullets or like 10 or 20. So they are really strong. But there's like an evil corporation that's making like they are making illegal research, and like the government, it has to like give them people so they can test on, and the government feels like they are giving offers to God.
It's basically not even cyberpunk anymore. It's just a reality. So okay.
Cyberpunk. And like there's a metaphor that everyone's a tool, right? So the main character even says, "Oh, I'm using you. People are using them as a tool. They are so like unjust." But then he himself uses the main guy as a tool because the main guy can literally like use the other people's minds, and the other people he can go in are like guns, so he can like make people they're his slave by manipulating them with his mind. So like the main guy, hey, you are the one using people as tools. So yeah, there's this metaphor. It's very cyberpunk. It's fun.
Yeah, it seems
It's a cool
pretty
show.
decent show.
The only problem is that the main antagonist is stupid. And
the main antagonist from the first episode reminded me of like that one character from Overlord, that like one girl, Melantine or something. Melantine. She got destroyed. She was done. Literally crushed.
It's very similar. You are right.
Very.
What do you want to say,
Cyberpunk
Posadist?
fan service.
I mean, cyberpunk
What do you want
shows
to-
are.
Why do you want to see this show so bad, Posadist, even though you
however-
haven't watched it?
This Cyberpunk, not as good as this Cyberpunk Psychopath. So just keep that in mind.
Oh boy.
Keep that in mind. If you want to watch a Cyberpunk show, you can have it on hold for now because there's Psychopaths to watch.
Yeah, there's Psychopaths to watch, and you need to watch all of it, like both series and the movie, and then we'll start watching this one. Because watch everything and find the fan subbed Sinners of the System episode case 1, because I can't find the other 2.
No, I heard the other two. The subber literally got bullied or something. Like they told him like your subs are so bad. You even speak English as your first language, and then you're just like, you know what? Screw you guys. You don't even get case 2 and case 3. That's what.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like, I don't think that at all. Like, I mean, yes, they weren't very there were a few errors in the subtitles, but if you speak English, you can work out what he's trying to say.
Yeah, but he got bullied. Like, anime
Fucking
community, you're
dickhead.
letting us down. You're terrible. I hate you.
Like, why didn't you just hey, like this, I'm not bilingual. I can't speak Japanese. I'm relying on people to translate it for me. So
This is how
long
I
as-
feel for bullying this fan server. How dare you?
yeah, like seriously, fucking don't bully the fan subber, because I was able to make out the story just fine. Ginna's a still best boy though.
Posadas, are you a fan, like a fan of cyberpunk stories in general?
I like gritty. I like grunge sci-fi. That's my big thing. So like,
Oh, really?
yeah. So lists of shows that I like. In terms of anime, Psycho Pass is pretty much my favorite serious show that I watch. Not the absolute favorite, but it's like one of. You know what I mean? Like it's like when I heard there was season 3, I was so excited. Like you haven't like season 1 of Psycho Pass is pretty much as close to a perfect anime as you can get, in my opinion.
Wow, I got really bored.
Yeah, because
I like cyberpunk a lot.
I mean,
okay. Keep going.
so everyone sort of looks at Psycho Pass is really sort of there's not enough action in it or whatever. But I think what Psycho Pass is really, I think my favorite
that much.
Yeah, I think he is cutting right now, right?
Yes.
I will amend my statement. I will say this: Psycho Pass is one of my favorites because it does an angle that I really love. My favorite angle for any story in Psycho Pass, there are no good guys and there are no bad guys. That's what I like about Psycho Pass so much. Like objectively, the only good guy you can say really in the show is Akane Tsunemori. But even then, no spoilers, but even then, she makes a decision regarding a certain revelation near the end of the show, and everyone who's watched the show knows what I'm. That proves rather that she is not as much of a hero as we like to think.
That's what makes Psycho Pass so much better than like the other anime this season, Babylon. That's like an investigation show. Because Psycho Pass just frames it so much better. Like,
whoa! They have nothing to do with each other. What you're talking about?
No, but they're both like investigation shows. You haven't even seen Psycho Pass, so you wouldn't know Wiki. But like,
I have seen the first 4 or 5 episodes of Psycho Pass, so I have an idea what the show is about. And I agree. I think Psycho Pass is one of those shows. Like some shows, like there's a bad guy, and they frame it as if you defeat the bad people in society, you save the world, you are a hero. And Psycho Pass is one of those shows that knows how to show that it's not the people, it's the system, and you have to defeat the system instead. But
not even that. Like their characters themselves. The characters. Yes, you're right there, but also the characters themselves engage in the debate of the system versus society, and the society versus system. Are they the same thing? Are they different? Like the best way I can describe it is the entire way that Psycho Pass works, and what I think makes it such a good show is that Psycho Pass leaves it up to the individual viewer to decide who's right. And I think that's what I like about it so much. Because a part of me thinks that the quotation marks villains of the show, hashtag Shoko Makishima did nothing wrong.
Don't. I'm not retweeting that. Not retweeted.
Yeah, like hashtag Shoko Makishima did nothing wrong. If you look at it from that perspective, is Shoko Makishima a villain? Well, you could say he is. But then you look at the Sybil system and you go, oh, the Sybil, like, because if you look at the Sybil system critically, if the Sybil system was as good as it said, if the Sybil system was working as it was supposedly working, most of us Marxists, or at least I would say most of us Marxists would actually be pro-Sybil system. Purely because it's each according to their ability, each according to their need. We use science to determine what goes where and how it goes. But at the same time,
if the machine is working all right and everyone is happy, no one would you wouldn't bother about it.
Exactly. But then there's the ethical considerations. Then there's the moral considerations. What happens with the people who fall?
But that's what makes it so fascinating, because it's obviously not working to perfection, but like the system is trying to like sort itself out. So it feels like it's still going towards progress, at least in some way.
Yeah,
on a small scale.
That's
It's only the investigators really like doing the work, which is weird.
that's what's really great about the show, because part of you goes, oh, the civil system makes sense. Like, if I was to build a perfect society, the civil system is certainly a step in that direction. But at the same time, the civil system also makes a lot of fuck-ups that are really ethically questionable. So you then
Do
look
they
at...
ever show like a scene with the systems working? Because the first 5 episodes is just a bunch of people.
There's always
like,
these
really-
funny. There's always these funny lines where it's like everything went according to Kaiku, or like the system, which is like masterminding that whole like scenario you just like witnessed, like just everything. And you're like, wait, really? It just like
Yeah,
bullshit line, like it did it.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, yes, it does, but I can't talk about that because that'll spoil it to anyone who hasn't seen it, including you.
So there are later on there are scenes that show like the system working. Then
Yeah,
because
there,
like in
there
the
are like
beginning,
big reveals, like, oh, you know
The-
that like plot you were following that you thought was like people making decisions. No, it was just the system.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is the thing. The Sybil system, later on in the show, gets its big reveal, and then it reveals how the Sybil system works. Once you see that, the entire show just flips on a dime, and now...
oh god,
Because that's the thing. You think you know who the good guys and the bad guys are, but then it flips around, and then you're not sure, and then it flips back. That's what's great about Psycho-Pass, and why I always rant and rave about it like I'm doing now, is because it's up to the viewer to decide who's right and who's wrong. And both, in fact, all 14 sides, because there is like a million sides to this story. Like, everyone's got their own agendas and things. Like, everybody's got a good point. Everybody's got a fucking good point. And so, you know, it's up to the viewer to decide who's right, who's wrong, who would you side with, what's objectively the best decision, what's the morally correct decision, because sometimes those two aren't the same thing. And, like, you know, it just goes, ooh, like... And
I remember
yeah,
in the beginning. In the beginning, there is this guy who's like he's working, but he hates his work. It's like he's working in a place that he has to work a lot of the time or something, and he starts killing people because he's unhappy with the way like his life is right now.
He's getting bullied, and so...
Oh yeah, he's getting bullied. So like that's a very big failure. I don't know. That sounds like retarded. Is that an exception to the rule?
Yeah, because the reason is the building they're in is not covered by the civil system for security reasons. It's off the grid, so they have to manually investigate it. And his psychopath is reading clear because, you know, his psychopath he's bullied, and every time he kills someone, his psychopath clears up because he's gotten payback, and so the system's not picking up anything wrong. But that's the thing.
It's so weird.
It also, that's another thing. It argues at what point another big theme of the show is at what point where does the power of machines end and human intuition begin? Like it makes a case for human instinct.
That reminded me of a great quote from like the recent season. I think we'll get into the recent season after like we're done with the rest of the show because me and Pistas can go on for a while into spoilers. So we'll do that at the end. But like, there's this quote from the last season that's like,
where you going?
They're like the dominators that they have.
You bringing food back?
They scan like psychopasses and like like do like lethal, paralyze, or like non-lethal. But one of the detectives is like, even though it like authorizes who you can shoot, it's up to like the person with the gun to pull the trigger in the end. So that's interesting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's part of the development of the civil system, but I can't really talk about that. Like, I can't really talk about that without threatening spoilers. But the thing is,
I always say that China is psychopaths in real life. Also, Andrew Yang apparently, according to Zolo, wants psychopaths in America. So take that as you will.
Yeah, well, China isn't psychopaths in real life because psychopaths is probably a more efficient system than China's, but hashtag...
Right. It's getting there.
Yeah. You know, like... Yeah, like, the psychopath is a better system than China, considering that a psychopath is a villain. What does that say about China? But anyway, I'm going to make Star mad if I go along that track, so...
go on my token anti-Dangus rant. But like Psychopaths is one of those interesting things where when you're talking about, you know, the ethics of human instinct versus the will of the machine, like it makes a case that you can't take the human out of the machine because the human has context and understanding that the
Blind
machine does
Ninja's
not.
just like, bro, you posted cringe. You're going to lose your crime coefficient.
Yeah, well, look,
Dude, your credit score is going down.
yeah, my social credit score is going down. Yeah, you guys can't hang out with me because, you know, I will intoxicate your.
You're right. My credit score
your
is going
social
down
credit
too,
score.
but it's how to stop.
Yeah, like that's yeah. FC didn't kill himself. Moving on. I think that's what I like about Psychopaths to that extent is, again, it always discusses a philosophical point in every like almost every second episode, if you like, it discusses a philosophical point. And the answer isn't given by the characters. The answer is determined by you.
Oh, that's a good point by AZ. Yeah, it has a figurehead democracy and no communist party oligarchy. So that's what really sucks, is it just has this illusion of democracy. Recent season, we see like a eugenics party running against like an idol group. So bad. So yeah, there's a lot to sort out. There's a lot of things the civil system needs to iron out, and one of them is like no democracy. We're going full communism, one party system. Here we go.
Well, that's the thing about Psychopaths that I find interesting. In a weird way, the civil system is... I mean, you've got a good point there, Calabi. The civil system kind of is...
It really is like libertarian more so than you would think, actually.
No, actually, I think your original point is kind of good. It is like China in a lot of ways, in the sense that, like, you know, the civil system is the Communist Party of China. Like, yes, you can elect these officials. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can also do free market capitalism. Yes, you could do all of this sort of thing. But
there's
only if we say so. Because that's the thing. Sybil lets you have all of these things, and like Sybil, just replace the Communist Party of China with a liberal democracy, and that's what you have. That's what you have with the civil system.
Yeah, it really is just China. It's Psychopaths.
It's like, you know, you've got a good point, actually, now that I think about it, because yes, it basically replace the Communist Party of China with insert liberal democracy here, and it's basically like, you know, the civil system, you know, swap it out for the capitalist oligarchs, and it's literally just a case, you can have these elections, you can have all these businesses, you can do all of this, whatever you want, as long as we say so.
Yeah, and
as long as
we say the investigators are like going after, like, it seems like the secret group of billionaires now, which is probably what happens in China. Like, they're going after corrupt billionaires too. Yeah.
It's actually just China. What the fuck?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. It's interesting though, because
I actually have to watch Psychopaths now. No,
it's a debate.
So it's like Poseidon, like, no, don't do it.
Like, but I'm serious though. But
I'm saying this in like a good way though. Like, it's cool that China's like Psychopaths. Not necessarily that like it's a perfect system, but it's cool that it at least is kind of like it. Because it's better than anything else in the world right now, at least.
I mean,
do you think China is better than anything else in the world now? Is that it?
Well, like on a macro scale, I'm sure there's like better like places, but like China's like, you know, has the most influence.
I see.
I mean, yeah. Look.
Okay, we're done here. No Dangus or anti-Dangus rants. We're done. I'm moving on.
Yeah, we're done. We're done on that.
We'll talk about Psychopaths later. All right.
I think so. Oh yeah, another thing I have with Psychopaths that they got. So a lot of characters like to talk a lot. They rant. If you like rants, you like Psychopaths. If you don't like them, you're going to sleep.
Well, the thing is, one thing I will say about Psychopaths is a really strong thing is the characters. And I know, like, a good anime is built on its characters. That's the old story. But realistically speaking, each character has their own sort of position on the debate, which is what I really like about it. Like, you've got the enforcers and you've got the inspectors. Shimotsuke at the start is like, all hail the system, long may it reign. Akane is sort of like, your standard liberal, we've got to work inside the system, but we need to challenge it and reform it to make sure it works for us and to make sure we can do things properly. But we don't want to change it too much because that'd hurt things.
And then there is the bad boy.
Shoko Makishima wants to burn the whole thing down. Shoko Makishima wants to burn the whole thing down. Kogami doesn't give a shit. He just wants to catch the bad guys. Kogami is the closest thing to quotation marks a good cop there is. Like, seriously. He just wants to catch bad guys. And I can appreciate that. He wants to catch murderers and he wants to catch sex offenders and bring them to justice. That's what Kogami is about. Ginaza is like your hashtag rational skeptic gang.
There's
It
a
just
lot going on in
yeah.
Psychopaths, but let's talk about that more later. Let's move on to
Yep.
Beastars.
Oh,
I think only me and Wiki have seen this show so far.
I haven't seen it yet.
What do you think
Wiki,
of
this
it?
is not the best show of the season because Psychopaths is, followed by Food Wars, and then maybe I'd actually give it to Beastars. Beastars, third best show of the season. I could agree with.
It's the only Neo show this season, though. So when
Oh,
people say
well,
the
actually,
season,
no, I like Stars Align more. Stars Align gets third. Stars Align's the original
Oh,
anime as well. But
I can see why you like it. It's our type of show, yeah. All right. How many episodes did you see of Beastars?
yeah, I'm caught up on the episodes.
Oh wait. Oh really? Did you watch it?
I'm
Six
like
episodes?
underselling the show, but like I watched 6 episodes in one day, so take that as you will.
Aha! Oh, it's not the best show, but it's the only one I watched with, and I couldn't stop.
It's not the best show,
All right.
but I just binged 6 episodes.
I binged the manga after watching 3 episodes. So please tell me where the show is right now.
The show just ended with him going to the black market and some panda just like taking him hostage, kidnapping him, and then like chaining him up and then saying, "Oh, I'm just here as a therapist. I wasn't, gonna rape you or anything." That's what
He's the
happened.
best character. This panda is
I
the
can
best
tell.
character in the
That
Beastars.
introduction was way over the top. I don't even know if that was legal, but it happened. I can't believe it.
Wait, do you know this? Have you talked to the panda, right? Do you know who the panda is and what he does?
The panda is like a therapist, which is because in this series they're like herbivores and they're carnivores, and some of the carnivores, they're not supposed to. There's like it seems like the world's pretty peaceful, but like there's just random times when the carnivores just like eat one of the herbivores, and everyone's just like, "Why? Why'd you do that?" So there's like this instinct of eating other people that they have to suppress, and it basically ties into this like theme that they're animals, but like you can like turn it into like our equivalent of like racism or something.
Yeah, this is the thing. This everyone said like this thing is the there's a bunch of themes that you can kind of like because it's so vague. It's like carnivores and herbivores.
It's
So you
up to
can go for like racism, you can go for slavery, you can go for so many shit.
You can even go for like LGBT issues as well, probably. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. People say it's about like variety and about like tolerance
Also like
and shit.
intra-sex or relationships, I guess, because like there's different animals in relationships. Like, is that normal? I don't know. It seems that it's pretty heavily stigmatized, especially carnivores and herbivores.
In the manga, the author he talks about how like the bunny is kind of like a lolita. So when people find out that the people she goes out with, they say, "Oh my god, this guy is hardcore."
Oh my god.
It's so funny. It's so everyone like thinks this show is about something very specific, but when you go see the author like I don't know if it's a girl or a man or something, but the author is he just draws animals ever since he was a young person. He just grew up drawing animals. He thought drawing animals was easier than drawing people. So like if you think there's a specific theme, this guy is just making a world with animals, and he just loves animals. So it's pretty funny.
It's pretty good how the world's actually interesting. I didn't expect that.
What do you think is the most interesting or world building thing?
Well, I especially like the deer guy because he just like plays into this like dynamic where he wants to be like the top of the hierarchy. It's just like why? He just feels weak, even though he's like this like role model student. I don't know. It's just an interesting dynamic.
He feels weak. Everyone loves him. How do you think he feels weak?
He feels weak because he's like a herbivore and he's actually at the bottom of the food chain, even though he's like the most popular student and like considered the most talented.
I see. Just to have an idea, because he's a deer, he like the antlers, they fall off like periodically. So every time his antlers fall off, he hides himself.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Wait, did you not see that yet?
No.
Are you sure? How did you not see that? What? It's so early on in the manga.
Well, I guess that didn't happen in the anime.
They skipped that part. Oh my god, I think they're going to show it later. Oh no. Oh no.
Wiki. Oh no.
This is a small spoiler. Come on. It's not that
There's
interesting.
something anyone could have seen coming. Wiki, why'd you do it?
Come on. Anyway, there's a bunch of world building. Did you see like the carnivores? They have like in their school, they have a very specific diet. They only eat egg. Like they can't eat meat except for eggs. So they have like, all the protein they get from eggs. And are they herbivores that just don't give a shit? Just eat whatever.
Yeah, the pacing must be different. So get one person the same. It's
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the anime, I think like it's so quiet. The manga has so much like speech. Everyone talks all the time. I thought about that as well.
this is gonna be inappropriate, but this show is basically it's herbivores versus carnivores, but you could also consider it Chads versus virgins. The show. So yeah, just like Wiki said, you can interpret anything you want, and that could be one of the themes you interpret.
This was not what I mean. I don't. Oh, I went to throw up so many manga spoilers. This show is so good. Okay, but just a thing. This is very important. Just don't be fooled. But this is the mature setting, the mature world building, and the mature characters. This show is a shonen. This is Shonen Ronin material here. Okay.
No, I'm not buying this.
Okay, what makes a shonen, Calliope? What makes a shonen?
Shonen aesthetic. This does not follow the Shonen champion. Maybe it.
Prove me it doesn't follow the shonen aesthetic. This is just shonen true and true. Prove me.
Maybe. I don't feel it though.
So later on, there will be a bunch of
It's just
fighting.
too unique. Like, I don't think.
All the characters, like they respect their elders.
Okay.
But at the same time, they have to build their own path, which is the fourth or third or five shonen aesthetic role.
What the hell?
Wait, what are you saying here?
AZ's comment about bird people still face infanticide. That's pretty obvious. I didn't know that.
Don't be so sure. That might not be true, but I want to give spoilers so bad. Can I give spoilers about the sea people?
No. Okay, we're moving on. There's sea people?
So, they're sea people! They're so cool!
Oh my god!
I mean, sea animals. So, and they have a different philosophy. It's so cool. And it relates to what he said, but I can't say.
Wiki, you can't spoil the sea people. Oh my god, I can't believe you've done this. I didn't even know.
I didn't say anything except that they exist. Sea people exist, and they are so cool. One of the best characters of sea people. This show is so good, and it's a shonen. Okay, it's about fighting. It's about ideals. It's about like brownie people who like give their all, and they sacrifice everything they have for a single goal. This is a shonen true and true. Okay.
Alright. Well, Wiki's getting too excited and is about to spoil the entire series, so I think we have to move on. Even though it was like a good show, we could probably talk more about, but let's move on.
No spoilers. Okay.
I don't have anything to say about Fate Grand Order other than Ishtar is my favorite, just because she looks like Ren Tosaka. So, but that's all I have to say. Really.
Oh wait, what is Fate Grand Order? Like, who's the character?
Fate Ishtar. Yeah, I'll pull up a picture on stream.
Who are the characters here? Like, what's the spin-off this time around?
It's just a Grand Order, the gacha game, adapting one of the storylines, I guess. So yeah,
I see.
The only character that matters is Ishtar. That's my opinion. That's my only opinion on
Is
the show.
is Saber in it in any way? Is Saber like a character who's doing stuff?
I don't think Saber's in No.
Then it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter according to Wiki. There's no Saber. I'm out. Shielder, who cares?
I'm out.
Gilgamesh, who cares? Age of the Gods, I don't give a crap.
Is Gilgamesh there?
Yeah.
Is this the
Gilgamesh.
one?
It's in Babylon, so it's Saber didn't even exist yet. Like that's before her.
But
time.
this is really cool though. This is really cool.
Yeah, it seems.
It can
cool.
be. Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's it.
Though. In the chat, spoilers are free. You guys can, except Beastars, you can spoil everything. There is power escalation, kinda. Okay, I won't get into spoilers. There is a lot of power scaling. Okay, there's a lot of power scaling. I would say that this manga is not. I guess so. It doesn't make it a shonen aesthetic.
The great Ishtar versus Smashy Wars. Ishtar wins. Oh, war over. She's a god, so yeah.
There is power scaling. This show is not realistic for fights. Okay, it's not real. It's sometimes it's realistic, sometimes it's just shonen. Okay.
All right, we're on to another isekai, and I have nothing to say about this one because I didn't even watch it. It's the Zootopia one. Another animal show. Kemono Rise Up. Did you watch it?
Oh, Kemono friend.
Did you watch it?
You watched this too, Bazatis?
No, I haven't. Like, honestly, 90% of the animated season I haven't been watching. I can tell you exactly what I'm watching. I'm watching Psychopaths, Food Wars, and My Hero. Those are the 3 shows I've been watching.
I see. Only the
so there's going to be a movie series after Grand Order called Camelot, so Saber is going to be in it, in the movie following Babylon.
Oh.
Okay.
I see. Oh, her Lancer. Oh, but it's a spin-off Saber, so it's not the same. So far.
Oh, so you don't even care about you only care about one Saber. Okay. I see how it is, Wiki.
This is the thing, boys. Like, I haven't taken the plunge. I haven't taken the plunge yet and watched Fate Zero because eventually that's going to have to be a thing.
I like how you pretend there's only one Fate show.
Oh no,
There's
but that's
only
the thing.
Fate show.
So I have to watch Fate Zero, then I have to
I like how
Blade
Wiki
works,
and
and I have to
Honest
watch
are like,
everything
wait,
else.
there's more Fates than Fate Zero? What?
No, there's like 100 Fate series, which is why I haven't watched it.
Normies. Winter Person is probably feeling even more embarrassed because I haven't watched Babylon, nor do I care about Grand Order.
Like, I don't know, like, Fate is one of those shows where I'm intimidated to get into it because I know that if I do, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole, and it's the same with Gundam. Because, like,
really?
if I start...
It doesn't seem like a sort of person
You'll
who
like Fate
seems like...
Zero probably as much as Death Note, maybe.
If I want to see your top 10 Posadas, because I had no idea you were into
It's the same writer
shows.
as Psychopaths. Okay, I wasn't joking. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around with that statement, Posadas.
Oh my God.
Which series?
Fate Zero.
Really?
Gen Urobuchi wrote it. He
Yes.
also wrote Psychopaths, and he wrote Thunderbolt Fantasy, the best show of all time. That's not even anime, it's literally Taiwanese puppetry. Best show of all time.
And
I'm
this
going to
time
have
they
to
were
watch Fate
rants.
Zero now.
There's the same thing about rants from Psychopaths.
Evers, we
Fate
just talked
Zero.
about Beastars a little bit ago, but we got too excited, so we had to quickly move past it, because he was about to spoil the entire series. Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah, Beastars is
have
the
a
best
feeling
show of the season. And it's a classic.
I have
and, yeah.
a feeling everyone's going to watch my top 10 list and just be like, wait, what?
Yeah,
This guy's a
Stas is
weirdo.
dropping a top 10 list shortly today or something. I don't know. Me.
Today, yes. Probably in the next 2 hours or so. You guys will be able to laugh at me for my
I'm
poor
about
taste.
to ban Wikijibo from chat here.
People are going to be like, Posadis, why? Why is your taste so bad?
That will be interesting.
There's
When
going to
is
be
it
a few
coming out?
surprises on there. It's going to be coming out today, actually, in a couple of hours.
This is so unfortunate. It could have like made it come out like in the beginning of the day, so we could have watched it already.
I was on an Armor stream earlier today, so I couldn't do that.
I see.
Playing them video games like some kind of normie fuckwit.
Speaking of Babylonia, let's talk about the anime Babylon. Why not? Let's just skip over to that one.
Whoa, no, don't skip over that one. Wait a minute. You're not skipping the ones I watched.
Did you really want to talk about Kemono?
Okay, so just like Fate Zero, the same author from Fate Zero, it made Psychopath. Who do you think made this one, Calliope and Posadas?
A Kemono Michi?
Yeah, Kemono Michi is from a famous anime author, or maybe
I'm gonna look that.
a light novel. Oh wait, we're going to cheat? What?
I'm looking up and I'm not. What is this story?
It's a very famous person that made this
You wrote
show.
Konosuba? Oh my god.
Yes! This is basically Konosuba, the show.
Well,
Like they were discount Konosuba with furries. And Posadas, please
did
use
anyone in
Flash
the
to
chat-
talk.
Posadas, please.
I'm
People
about
in
to
the
go to my
chat.
computer.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
What happened?
I am walking around my kitchen trying to work out what I'm going to make for food, and I'm just like...
Oh, it sounded like you were taking a piss. I was just saying.
Oh, no. I wouldn't do that without my proper headset, because I can mute that headset. Hold up. My computer's free now, so I'll switch to that.
This show, Calliope, this is basically Konosuba because there's the same sort of jokes that are a bunch of insane characters.
I'm just wondering,
Unlike
did anyone
the
see
typical-
the Konosuba movie recently? Just wondering.
I didn't. Fuck.
I haven't seen it.
Wait,
Not over
wait,
here
is
in
there a way to
Australia.
see it already? Yeah,
it's
is there
in
a way to
theaters
see
in
it?
America, probably not in Brazil.
Yeah, there are not that
Not-
many fans of Konosuba. Although there are a lot of people, I don't know why they didn't do it. But they just hate us.
They could have done it. They could have done it.
Boku no Hero was in Brazil. I can tell you that. But I don't watch Boku no Hero, so what the fuck? Where is my Konosuba?
Is
Well,
this show
I
real?
call it macadamia.
And the Portuguese Macadamia. That sounds
Sorry.
like McDonald's. It's so bad.
Sorry. That's a Giguk
At
reference.
least you apologize. Okay. Is this...
Alright, so in this show, all the jokes from Konosuba here, he's just reusing his jokes. And there's just stuff like the usual Japanese comedy. How do you think the usual Japanese comedy, Calliope? What do you think about that?
I have
Or the
no idea
usual
what you're
anime
asking.
comedy? Isn't the usual anime
I think
comedy
there's going to be a
about
lot of crying montages in the show.
crime montages? Oh.
Yeah, it's just like Aqua.
Yeah, there's a bunch of one of the girls cried a lot because everyone bullies everyone. It's just like Konosuba. It's kind of hard to watch sometimes. Too much bullying. But hey, so in this one, instead of the usual, there's a straight man and the straight man and the comedy person. You know, like there's an insane guy and a straight man, and that's the usual anime comedy. And there's someone to react to the insane person, which is not bad all the time. But in this one, it's just like Konosuba. Everyone's insane. And sometimes someone plays a straight man, but a lot of the time, it's just everyone's insane.
Yeah, I don't see myself liking this one as much as Konosuba. Like, I'm just not like looking at the characters and like I don't. They don't seem as appealing. Like, if I look at Konosuba, I could probably say, like, these are already interesting characters, just from the designs. But these ones, they just seem a bit more... Like, they're... I don't know. They're not...
So,
there's so many
actually,
just,
one
like-
of my complaints is just like Konosuba. A lot of the characters are one note, kinda. The only good one is the one with the cat ears in the right part of the thing.
Yeah, but Konosuba has Megumi, so...
Yeah, she's the Megami of the show. But the problem is that there is no Kazuma to make
But
like a
there's-
chemistry with.
I don't... It's not possible to, like, make a second Megumi. Like, in Konosuba, he made one character that was perfect, and you can't top it. He literally can't top himself. It's done. Over.
I agree. I think that some people, there's another show from the same guy. Because like the Konosuba author, I looked it up. The only 3 works it has is this one, the furry one. There is the Konosuba, and then there's another one that I don't know exactly what it's about. It looks boring, but people told me that it's the best one. But like it just makes Konosuba spin-offs. Like there's a bunch of light novels with like every single character in Konosuba has a spin-off from the author. It's insane. He just likes to draw Konosuba, to write about Konosuba. And this show is no exception. This is just Konosuba. It's the same jokes from Konosuba, but it's well written. It's better than the other one.
All right.
The other is Isekai.
Let's go. Move on. You think it's the best one? The best Isekai?
From this season,
Yeah.
I just watched 2 Isekais this season.
Okay, so it's the
but
best of the 2 you've seen. Out of Conscious Hero, Kemono Michi is better. Okay, got it. I can see that.
Yeah.
All I have to say about We Can't Study or We Never Learn season 2 is it's probably really good. So yeah, that's exciting. There's another season of that. But let's go on to the next Isekai, which Wiki already told me. I guess I was the only one who watched this one. I watched 2 episodes. It's like 7 geniuses summoned to another world, and
Oh yeah. I've heard of this one.
Is it any good?
it's alright. I would recommend just like watching the dub in the background because I don't think it's like it's not gonna be spectacular, but I guess alright. It's interesting.
From what I've heard, it's like it's really fun to watch in terms of like how they fix shit, but like it's more like
I don't
problem-
think he's here,
it's like-
but this one person, Vasta, keeps telling me like how it's like a completely revolutionary anime. Like they're literally going out there being like, "Hey, these feudal lords, why don't you just like rise up and revolution?"
yeah, but they're like capitalists though. From what I've
Yeah,
seems
rising
like
up
they're-
against feudal lords, easy game.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
not true. In Isekai, when they rise up against feudal lords, they're just like, "Hey, have you considered democracy and free
I mean-
markets?"
all I'm
And
gonna
my-
say is Isekai needs to die. We need the return of the reverse Isekai.
Yes.
Like- Because Copcraft was good. Like the ending was a bit Like Copcraft is probably not going to get a season 2, but I enjoyed it. But it's like
Did you
like-
watch all of Copcraft Calliope as well?
No, I dropped it. It was okay.
Yeah,
It just dragged on in the middle, I think. It was a zombie girl, I didn't care. That's when I dropped it.
I mean, I watched Copcraft on that, and I enjoyed Copcraft. I really did enjoy it, but it did tail off at the end there. It did sort of get lost at the end there.
Yeah,
Which,
I've only watched 2 episodes of this show, so I can't say if it's actually revolutionary or not. It seems like there's like certain things they say that sounds cool, like hey, there's like this one like feudal lord banker thing that's going on, and they're like, hey, town folk, don't let this thing stomp all over you. You can just like fight back. You should have some like control over your economic situation and stuff like
don't
that.
let your memes be dreams.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's something like that. It's like, yeah, never give up.
Interesting.
But
What do they
It-
say
it
them
just-
to
it just seems like it's like the status quo of our modern world, just like every other isekai. So I don't think it's actually revolutionary. I could be wrong.
Oh, wait.
Someone is hyping it up, but they also introduced. I heard this from Ines. Comrade Ines, our Overlord fanatic. He does not like the show apparently, and also said that they introduce religion to the people. So yeah, they invent a religion. This is the most bourgeoisie. This is the most yeah. This show sucks. Sorry.
Bourgeoisie. That's what
Okay.
we're going to say.
All right. Now, I'm gonna throw in here as a critical support thing. One show that I have been enjoying is the video game tie-in anime. Because I lied, I have been watching something else. The video game tie-in anime that is Azur Lane, and Enterprise Chan is amazing. Just saying. Aircraft carrier ship waifu.
What do you mean?
I watched one episode to prepare for this, but like I'm not gonna lie, it was literally on my iPad that I watched this episode, and it was like it was 1/4 of the screen that I was watching this show. That's how much attention I gave it.
That's all. Yes, Enterprise Chan, as in the U.S. aircraft carrier Enterprise as a waifu, and she is beautiful. I like it.
Oh, that's why you are watching it. Every single girl represents a gun.
Represents a ship.
Warship.
It represents
Yeah.
a warship. Excuse me. I am a huge. What would you call it? I'm a military otaku. I'm a military otaku, but
This is have.
all I'm gonna say
this
is
should have like a genre tag, like show where
It
girls
should.
are machines. It does. Like, what is it?
okay. The thing is, all I'm gonna say is you'll understand my interests when you watch my top 10 guilty pleasure list, because that's the spoiler I was going to reveal.
That's like the 2,000K subscriber special, the guilty pleasure list.
No.
Oh my God. Is that the top one? Is Azur Lane the top one?
No.
No,
Something
no.
far worse than you can ever imagine is on that list.
Calliope knows what number one
I'm
is,
not gonna
and
spoil it,
shush,
but
you know what my top one guilty.
Yeah, what?
you
Isn't
can
said
guess.
already.
You can guess in the context of we're talking about Azur Lane. Just know it's not Azur Lane. It's something else.
It's not Azur Lane, but it's related. But the thing is, like, I will spoil for people who are watching here. Haruhi is not my number one on my list, and the reason why is Haruhi is my number one favorite
High
anime.
School Fleet waiting list. High School Fleet waiting list. I'm on board. Where is season?
Imagine high school fleet and Ken Cole fused together, because that's what Azur Lane is.
Where's my? Is this an OVA? Is that? Okay. Oh my God! There's a movie. There's a movie coming.
High School Fleet.
2020 January. Okay, this is hype. This is exciting.
What?
High School Fleet's amazing.
High School Fleet's the only show with girls and ships that's good. So watch it.
High School Fleet's
really?
great.
Are they ships or are
they're on a ship. They're
the best way to describe High School Fleet is girls and Panzer with boats. Basically. Oh man, there's gonna be a movie.
Okay, you are the first military otaku I ever talked to in depth. So, please tell me, Posadist, why do you like the show so much? What is it in it for you?
I will say that, like, I think it's just fun to watch, mainly because, like, Girls and Panzer Freaks. Have you seen Girls and Panzer?
I've seen clips on YouTube.
Girls and Panzer is incredible, and it's one of my favorite shows ever. Obviously, because of all the memes on my YouTube channel. But the thing that gets me about those military otaku shows, especially the ones which have World War II as a theme, like Azur Lane does and all that sort of thing, is because of the references that they make. It's full of inside jokes. That's one of the main reasons I like it. So if you're watching it and you know military history and military equipment, so if you like tanks or aeroplanes and you like World War II history, there will be like inside jokes or little things, like, for example, if they're driving a Tiger tank or something, if they're driving a Tiger tank in Girls and Panzer and the transmission gets a ricochet and breaks instantly, a military otaku knows that the Tiger had serious reliability issues with their transmission. So that's what that reference is, and for us military otakus, we're like, haha, I get that reference. That's why it's so, like, for example,
there is a team in Girls and Panzer. There is a squad in the main group of heroes, the Military History Club, and every time they are basically the audience surrogate characters because they go through, like, you know, they're fighting Pravda, the Russian team, and they're fighting in snow, and they're like, we're encircled in the snow. Yes, this reminds me of a certain situation. Stalingrad, and they all grit their teeth and sort of their eyes narrow and focus. Like, we're in it for real now, boys. This is Stalingrad too.
But they are all cute girls, though, right? So it's cute girls saying those things.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the main character in the history club, the commander of the tank in the history club, has like a Wehrmacht general's hat, and is called Erwin because they all have like Chinibyo names of famous generals. Like, you've got Erwin. And then you've got, like, the one with the red toga over her shoulder, which is Caesar. Like, you've got all these great characters. And so, you know, they constantly have debates about the situation they find themselves in. If they find themselves in a particular situation, they'll have a debate as to which historical battle or event that it's closest to. And then someone will make a statement. They'll be like... The funniest sequence in Girls and Panzer on that front is when they're all picking their tanks, and the history club picks the Sturmgeschütz 3 assault gun, and they're all in front of it, and they're like, "This thing doesn't have a turret. This is a disgrace. Why can't we have a tank with a turret? Why do we have to drive this thing?" And then Erwin comes up to them and says, "No, you're wrong. The Sturmgeschütz 3 fought bravely in the Winter War against the Soviets. Apologize to the Finnish." And they all turn towards Finland and bow and apologize.
What the fuck?
They're fucking great. History Club is amazing.
Alright, that's why history anime memes is the biggest subreddit. Anime
Yes, that's why, because all the military otakus love watching these military otaku shows because they've got tons of historical references and jokes. Like,
if there was a Brazil making references to history in Brazil, I would watch it. But Brazil has never entered a single war, so yeah.
Not true. You were one of the largest. You were one of the largest exporters of meat products during World War II. You kept everybody in England fed, basically, which is pretty good.
Oh, we are the support, bro.
There was actually a fighter squadron in the Italian campaign flying P-47 Thunderbolts who were Brazilians. Pretty interesting story if you want to read about it.
We did have some small contributions in World War II, and also, like, some Brazilians, like, they go on like voluntary campaigns sometimes. Like, they offer themselves to go on battles. So you can find some random Brazilians and some random stuff. But for the most part, we just did nothing. So yeah.
But yeah, like, military otaku shows, like, well, I think I will spoil one of my guilty pleasure anime from my top 10 list. I will spoil one. Everybody should hate it because it's imperialist propaganda, but I fucking love it. I absolutely adore Gate. Gate's amazing. I fucking love Gate so much.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought Gate was alright too. I didn't love it, but like I actually thought it was pretty alright. What I saw.
It was so fun because it felt like a game of Civilization. You know, when you're on the highest tech tier, you're just like, "Sup, fuckers!" F4 Phantoms dogfighting dragons. I'm sorry, I'm in.
I guess the first season, besides that one specific scene, everything else is kind of okay in the Gate. I guess I don't remember exactly. Maybe like pause and select. Like, I feel that phantom of pause and select telling me that it's bad for some.
What are your thoughts on Azur Lane and like how the military otaku is now gacha games? Do you think is that right? Or does it bug you?
It bugs me a little bit because we haven't seen. It's like I think it really bothered me liking Kankole when, like, you know, they actually literally have them having a bath and the commander gives them a repair bucket, and I'm like, oh, come on, for real? Like, you know, that bothers me. That bothers me a little bit. But ultimately, the military otaku genre, yes, it's stuck with gacha games and all that, but I fucking love it. I think what really makes it great is it allows you to combine. It's the perfect guilty pleasure anime because the anime man Joey, a fellow Australian, made a good point. In the fact that there is now an entire movement. Like, I think all of us. I had to do this for my top 10 list. I'm actually making 2 back-to-back top 10 lists. They're not 2000. There's not behind a wall. Like, they will both be coming along. I had to do 2 lists. I was originally trying to compile 1 top 10 list, but I couldn't do it because you'd have one of these military otaku shows next to something like Psycho Pass. So, like, that doesn't feel right. Like, I don't want to make that comparison because the quality is nowhere near. So you have the entire concept of a guilty pleasure anime. And that's what the military otaku genre is for me. They're not good. The shows are objectively not good. They're formulaic and stupid. But it's cute girls. It's cute girls.
High School Fleet's an exception.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like High School Fleet.
Is High School Fleet well written, Calliope?
Yeah.
It's probably the best
it's
one.
fun.
It's probably the least like generic and tropey.
I will honestly say that the best military otaku show, objectively, from an objective standpoint, it's not how I rank it in my list, but objectively, I would say Girls and Panzer is. And the reason I say that is mainly down to Girls and Panzer the movie. Because Girls and Panzer the movie is, even if you remove the series out of it, Girls and Panzer the movie is objectively a good film. It's objectively good.
You mean there's narrative stakes and character development and stuff like that?
Yep, it's a legitimately good film. And on top of that, the show, Girls and Panzer's best feature, as crazy as it sounds, is the music. And the reason why is Girls and Panzer the film, they got the actual genuine the official Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra to record it for them. They did all the major military marches throughout the 20th century. They did Erika, Panzerlied, they did Katyusha, Polyushka Polye, they did the American songs, and the main theme of the show. And so, hearing all these classic military marches done by the Tokyo Philharmonic was just, and the soundtrack to the show itself is just incredible. Like the Panzer War March, which is Ulrai's theme, like the main school theme that they play, is so catchy. It's so fucking catchy. I listened to it on the way to work when I had a job sometimes, purely because it would get you. It's a get up and go song.
I think me and Calliope are also fans of some songs from
this
this
is
show.
from Flying Ninja in the chat. It's actually perfect that military otaku anime are tied to gacha because war and gacha are both ruined your life.
Good point. Girls and Panzer isn't
actually
actually
they're
a gacha.
connected, that they're linked. It's just like, wow, war really is trashy, isn't it?
War is very dirty. That's for sure.
No. Like I will shamelessly.
From Posadis' view, war is sexy sometimes.
I actually, the way I define war, and everyone in this chat's gonna be like, the fuck. But the way I define the war is the ultimate expression of humanity. And everyone's going to be like, what the fuck? But I'll clarify this. War is the ultimate expression of humanity because war is the only time in our society where we simultaneously bring out the very best of humanity, but also the very worst. It's the only
sublime experience.
It is the ultimate expression of humanity. It shows the absolute best of humanity. Like, you've got people, hiding Jews during the Holocaust and, risking their lives, like medics running onto machine gun fire to save people, but at the same time, you've got war crimes, you've got starving populations, you've got the very best and the very worst of humanity on display. And which is why I find war so compelling. Which segue, watch my video of Veterans' Reaction to Violet Evergarden. If you haven't already, you need to. But that's, why I think war is such a compelling, military otaku stuff.
1 hour video or the more normal length? The other one.
Watch all Posadis videos, but specifically the The one about Violet Evergarden and an Afghan veteran's reaction to it.
Oh my god, that's the 1 hour one.
Yeah.
It hits hard.
Well,
that's
you're gonna have to cry like for an hour long. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
Did you cry, Calliope?
I don't really cry, so no.
Oh my god. Okay,
I would have though. I would have like if I could.
It's funny though. I did make Calliope cry with my Sword Art Online video. Did make him cry with that.
I teared up at the end, but that, you know.
That's because I'm a
tearing up isn't crying. But I did. Yeah, that one really hit hard at the end.
Oh wait, tearing up is not crying. Your language is weird. Okay.
Well, you know. Are you crying if the tears are tearing up, but not actually, you know, falling? You know?
Yes. If there are tears, you are crying. What's your problem? If there is water coming out of her eyes, something's wrong. Something's good, maybe.
Trust me, Soviet Winter person. I can say that you need to get Violet Evergarden watched as soon as possible, because it is.
I honestly didn't watch Violet Evergarden. I still watched the video. I don't think it has like the worst spoilers, honestly.
No, like really, Violet Evergarden's very hard to spoil as such because it's not really.
It felt like every episode was like a distinct like perspective on her life, so it felt like I wasn't getting like spoiled on the story, other than like this was the plot of this episode, distinctly.
Well, yeah, and this is like, you know,
it felt mishmash. Like
I
was confused, like how the timeline is playing out.
Like Violet Evergarden is sort of one of those shows where you don't watch Violet Evergarden for like the plot. You're not watching it. You're not watching it for like, you know, entertainment's sake. What you watch Violet Evergarden is because it's absolutely essential that you watch it. Yes, Zolo in the chat. Yes.
All right.
It's not. It's like it's something. You know, when anime fans, when you're getting into anime, everyone's like, watch Cowboy Bebop, watch Cowboy Bebop, right? Because
so
it's like, yeah. Violet Evergarden is the first time in my entire time watching anime where I have honestly watched a show that's very recent, like a year ago. It came out a year or 2 years ago, I think. And it was instantly a classic. Like, instantly. Like, as in, every person who watches anime needs to see this. Even if they don't like it, they need to see it.
Do you think it really is because like it's from the show? Like all the experience you're getting from the show, is it because it's from the show? Or is it because of your experiences that are bouncing off from the show, which means not everyone is going to have the same experience?
Well, I'm not a veteran, so no. My friend, the reason why I did my video on it is because while it's like mentioned, like Mother's Basement made his video on Violet Evergarden, and he said like there was a veteran on Reddit who made a post about it. Like the veteran on Reddit, all respect to him, was like a medic in Afghanistan and did all that and put reactions to it, right? Whereas my friend who I interviewed for it, was an infantry soldier. As in the things that Violet does, i.e. engaging in close combat, killing people, that's what is stuff that he saw and did himself. And so it also touches on topics like veteran suicide and stuff like that. And he was there. And I want to say here though, it was like the interview involved him and it was his direct experiences. But in terms of like the thematic settings and a lot of the input and reactions on it, he also was kind enough to introduce me to some other veterans as well to talk to. So I got some first-hand opinions about it. And so I made that video because we don't have, like, all of us, most of the people who watch it, like, let's be honest, like, besides a particular Reddit that I found and a particular group called, which is a group of serving military and veteran anime fans, which I'm a member of on Facebook. And besides them, 90% of veterans don't watch anime. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It's not something that they do. So finding someone who is worth an actual person with these experiences, able to actually give me their response to it, gave it a whole new level of context, because now we've got someone who's actually been where Violet is. Because you see, the thing about Violet's, we live vicariously through the show. So every person we speak to, we speak to a person whose daughter has died. We speak to someone whose mother is dying of a terminal disease. We're speaking to a war widow. We're speaking to people who, a person who's got an arranged marriage she doesn't want to be in. We've got someone who's lost his family and he was adopted out, etc., etc. We've got all these different stories about people, and you feel those stories, you emote to them, because every one of us have got a tragic event, something like that in our lives that we can connect to, right? We've all got that, and so Violet makes us connect. But the actual Violet herself is a veteran and emotionless and mentally and physically traumatized. None of us can really relate to her. So by getting a veteran in to talk about it, I actually had the opportunity to get someone who can see all of these situations, not from our perspectives, but from Violet's perspective. And that's why I made that video. But the thing about Violet Evergarden that does this is just... It is an examination of the human heart, I think. Violet Evergarden talks about tragedy and loss in a way that no other anime has done. Violet Evergarden,
This is
honestly,
an emotion that only Kyoto Animation can tackle, but it's that. It really is that dealing with loss. It's a very hard topic, because you really don't know how to respond to loss until it happens to you. So capturing that in art is very difficult.
Yeah.
You have to be very masterful to do that, I'd say.
Did they ever did they talk to anyone who partook in wars or something? The people who made the show?
No, it's based on a line. I don't know if the author's a veteran or not.
Why?
But Violet, you see, the thing about Violet Evergarden is that the entire show is about her trying to understand herself. You see, through understanding others, she can understand herself, and that's a big problem for soldiers when they return from combat, because part of the programming that soldiers go through is dehumanization. They cease being a human. They cease thinking. They are an instrument of state policy. They are a weapon. And Violet Evergarden is that concept taken to the ultimate extreme. It's not covered in the light novel, but to put it bluntly, on an island, and she ran into the main love interest, if you will, of the novel's brother, and he finds her on this island, and his crew, because he's a naval, sees this attractive young woman alone on an island, abandoned. So what do sex-starved sailors do? Well, they try to rape her, only to discover that
Wow, Wiki, how did Wiki not follow that? I'm very
Is that light novel?
That is the light novel. Yes, the
is that in the anime?
No, it's not. It's not. It's hinted at. It's hinted at in a flashback.
I'm sorry, hearing you talk about Violet Evergarden is cool and all, but you're starting to cut out.
It's hinted in a flashback.
Your connection's kind of dropping right now.
Oh, sorry, you got me.
Cutting for me.
Oh, wait, hold. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, Deotard Bougainvillea, which is Gilbert Bougainvillea's brother, is a naval captain and one of the antagonists of the series, if there is one. Discovers her on this island, and his sailors try to rape her. Oh, the stream just died.
The stream? Oh, it did.
Yep, I think it's Calliope's on Calliope's end. Yep, the stream just.
Calliope, the stream's dead. Okay, but maybe you should. It's already at 2 hours, so maybe we should go for the other anime before.
Yeah, we should do Food Wars. Oh, we're back. We're back. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Yeah, I'll finish up what I was saying. Violet, they attempt to rape Violet only to discover that Violet kills literally all of them. Like, Detard Bougainvillea is running over to them to like stop raping this girl, like maintain military discipline. He's the captain of the ship after all. Only for him to discover that she literally kills all 13 of his crew trying to rape her single-handedly. And it's heavily implied in the light novel that she is like a genetic. She's like, you know, best way I can describe it in a pop culture reference is imagine the Spartan Project from Halo gone wrong, and so the army who was experimenting on her has abandoned her here. So she doesn't kill Detard or whatever because he tried to stop them. So she recognizes that he doesn't want to hurt her. But she doesn't speak. She doesn't understand anything. She doesn't know anything. She can't read. She can't write. She is literally a machine built for killing. And he discovers this. All he will do is he can't work out what she's talking about, what she's doing. But he walks around this deserted island with her, and he'll point at a rabbit or something, or he'll point at a dog or something, and say "kill," and she'll immediately sprint off and murder it. She's a genetically and psychologically programmed weapon.
Like this sort of thing, like the weapon girl, the robot girl who is made to be a weapon. That's not an uncommon trope in the otaku media.
No, it's not.
But this sounds like the edgiest version of that. Holy shit.
Yeah, and the reason why is Gilbert, who is the main quotation marks love interest, tries to teaches her to read and write, gives her a name, all that sort of thing. And the story is it's an extreme version. She is a child soldier and a purpose-built killing machine. But it is a commentary on soldiers' dehumanization, and what it is, it's a story about her learning to be a human.
Basically, it's what if Kojima wrote an anime.
Almost, if you like. But look,
shout out to Comrade Kojima. I'm sure Death Stranding is amazing. Americans can barely even understand the plot on review.
Okay, but the story that gives her an emotional that turns her in, like, her story on how she becomes a human being and how she learns to be a human and understand emotions. But I'll break down the plot for anyone who has absolutely no idea about it at all. The entire concept of Violet Evergarden is when her commanding officer, who raised her and taught her English and taught her how to speak or whatever, taught her how to read and write and everything, all this, the person she loves the most in the world gets killed right in front of her, and his last words to her is, "I love you." But the thing is, she has no context for that, so she doesn't understand what "I love you" mean. And so the whole anime is about her trying to understand what the words "I love you" mean. And that, whew, does it make you cry. I cried about, oh god, Violet Evergarden is, I will rant for, I've already been ranting for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're ranting for a long time.
12 labors of Hercules, but it's 12 episodes of Evergarden.
Yeah,
that difficult.
After this stream, if you are not doing anything, go and watch it. Don't care. Go. If there's one anime that you need to watch before you die, it's that.
This will become a staple on Shonen Ronin streams. It's just Posadis ranting.
I think this is going to be uploaded as like a separate video.
Yes, Zolo, Violet Evergarden, masterpiece, yes.
Okay, let's move on to, let's complete this fall anime season before the stream cuts out again.
Food Wars, let's do it.
Alright,
let's do it.
Wars, let's get hyped. We were
the
sad,
food, the big
one, we gotta get hype.
Food is bad for your health, stop eating.
Food Wars, motherfuckers, we're doing this.
Hey, boy, writer, where you at? Get back in here.
Look, Food Wars is going to be, like, if it wasn't for Psycho Pass Season 3, Food Wars would easily be anime of the season.
I completely agree.
Don't even care. Like, Food Wars, like, I am so hype. Like, I can't fucking wait to, like, once this stream is over, I'm gonna go over onto Crunchyroll. I'm gonna smash that bad boy out. 'Cause fucking hell.
I got some enchiladas in the fridge, so tomorrow, we're getting destroyed. There's gonna be a Food Wars episode missing from my playlist. Something about this show, you could be eating instant ramen noodles, and suddenly they're like a 5-star restaurant ramen noodle dish. Something about this.
That's the thing. There's no food left in my house right
Is
now.
that an exaggeration, or do they really use cup ramen noodles to make something big?
There is
You hear it does that in a specific episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. This is a good show. Okay.
I love how good, like, because like in all the other anime, she's got like resting bitch. Like in all the other seasons, she's got resting bitch face, right? But if you look over on the left here, Arina finally has a smile on her face, and
Perfect.
oh god, like,
Dude,
I was always
is
flip
it just me,
flopping,
or
but
does like seeing Arina like as like the team captain basically, like it gives you so much comfort that knowing that she has your back, like she supports
Arina is
about that.
Arina is best girl. Like
just imagine that you have a cooking battle, and then Arina's just like, "Good luck, I believe in you," or like, "It's your job now. Go cook something."
Yeah, but
this
like
season is hype.
there's two big camps. Let's be honest. That front page there is the evidence of the two big camps. There's Team Arina and Team Megami, and I'm sorry, I hate to be stereotypical, but I'm Team Arina all the fucking way. Team Arina for life. I'm a tsundere normie. Don't even care. Team Arina for life, and also this Soma GIF is fantastic.
I have now a new gift. This is what every episode of Food Wars is like while you're watching. Every single one.
Like, you see, Megami, I really fucking enjoy Megami as a character. Like of all the people I want to gambarimasu, it's freaking Megami, because like she tries so hard. She tries so hard.
Team Alice. I'm actually on Team Alice now. For a second I was actually on Team Megami over Team Arina, but Team Alice. Alice is the best character.
Yeah, well, like you see, I've got a lot of love for, like, if we're talking about like who's the most banging waifu, like like I'd probably say Ryuko from Polar Star, the fermentation expert who makes the alcohol, because she's thick with 2 C's, like for real. Like,
Here, I'll pull her.
If you,
I think it's Tsubaki or something.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
But like,
Ryoko.
if you're talking about if we're talking about like, you know, main girls, like I'm Team Arina for the main girls, like for sure. But people are gonna think me really crazy. But if I'm gonna come out and say my favorite waifu from this whole show, can we get a Team Rindo in the chat? Team Rindo? Is it just me?
Can you put the photo for the people who haven't watched the show, which is just me, probably.
I'm pulling up.
I want to see the girls where guys are talking about.
Okay, I'll pull up Alice now. Here is the manga version. That's a very nice panel, very nice image. Alice.
There is a boy running in front of the girl.
Yeah, that's Soma.
Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Okay, we're removing the image and we're like doing that all over again. Okay, sorry. Oh, let's start.
Soma's just still running.
So, I watched the first 3 episodes, so I know who Soma is. So yeah, Soma is.
Yeah, AZ in the chat, Team Rindo. Yes.
While I'm pulling up these images so we can get a vote. Let's just talk about our recent video on how Food Wars is class war and how it's insane. Like,
oh, I had a lot of fun writing that video. That was so much fun. Like, oh yeah, there's Alice. Like Alice is pretty good, but yeah, Ryoko just oof. Girl's fire. She's thick as fuck. Like, but yeah, Hisako's great, but I have to be honest with myself.
Alice. This is my face in response.
Yeah.
Is my connection dying again? Oh, and Wiki muted himself. So Posadis. That was cool how you gave like the history on like the Thermopyles or whatever they're called. That was really
Thermopolian, yeah. Yeah, well, my man Parenti bringing out a people's history of Rome. That was pretty good. I do like that, but
oh yeah, that was an add-on I did in the editing. I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is a good time to bring that up. Like they literally had these like apartment complexes, and they just collapsed, and it just reminds you like how that still happens. Like if you
like Grenfell Tower and like with the fire
Tower, like they still have apartments that are just like collapse or like
catching fire and burning down, and
almost 100 people like died in Grenfell Tower, and that just was probably like a monthly occurrence in Rome, like monthly probably.
My favorite story about ancient Rome is Crassus, one of the members of the Triumvirate, who had his own private firefighters who would go around waiting for a fire to start, and then he would buy the house off someone while it was on fire, and then get his own firefighters to put it out, and then sell it on to someone else for double the price.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Crassus
was
was fucking.
That story of Nero Claudius from the Fate show, Nero Saber, burning down villages just because Christians.
Yeah.
Funny.
Because Christians. Yeah, but Rindo Senpai though, Rindo for days. Like, all right, I want to see twos in the chat for Rindo. Come on, Rindo gang. Two in the chat for Rindo. Rindo chat, Rindo gang, Rindo gang.
Show me the Rindo.
Okay.
Come on,
I already did. You could rewind or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Rindo gang.
Look it up.
I'll pull it up again.
Fucking love. Look. So to be honest,
the red hair girl.
Yeah, look. I'm sorry, Zolo, but like, I love Erina, but Rindo is just.
Oh, she doesn't have a cool design. I'm not there, Rindo.
Wiki's banned.
Yeah.
The chat.
Yeah, boys. We've got 3 votes for Rindo. Yeah, boys. 3 votes for Rindo.
No.
Yeah. I like her because she's like, she'll cook with like alligator. She'll cook with whatever. She specializes in rare ingredients, and the reason she does things, like 9 times out of 10, the reason she does things is because it would be fun. Like, it's the only reason she does shit. Like, why do I want to burn Totsuki to the ground, basically? Because it would be fun. It'd be interesting to see.
Basically everyone in the top 10. They're just like, I don't really have political views. It's just like, this sounds fun, having a fascist coup.
No, that's the thing. Tsukasa and the others are elitists and stuff. The reason why Rindo put her signature on it is because she just thinks it would be interesting to see what would happen. That's why Rindo does it. Like Momo-chan and Tsukasa and all of that. They're doing it because they're elitists and they think that their way of doing things should be the only way of doing things, and they're the best, so they can just step on everybody else. Whereas for Rindo, it's very obvious that Rindo likes Soma and the others. She actually likes the rebels quite a lot. And the reason she did this whole thing is just to force them into fighting with the Elite 10. She did this for shits and giggles. She wants to see how much. She is literally a Posadist. Like, she is a Posadist, and the reason why is she's just accelerating the dialectic for fun. She just wants to burn the whole thing down because it's more fun than just everything staying still.
She wants to be the ultimate expression of humanity.
Yep, Comrade Internet hasn't even seen the show, but he's coming in for Rindo gang. Yes!
Rindo's literally backed by the CIA. Don't believe this. Realize
I
have this meme to prove it.
What?
Rindo saves the chaos. I fucking love Rindo. Yeah, Rindo's Maoist. Yeah.
That scene was really funny. There was just an alligator chasing the announcer for the battle. Hilarious. This season's so
Yeah.
good.
Right, Rindo just skins the alligator and like fucking fillets it and butchers it. Like Rindo, like everyone else is like here cooking noodles or sushi or some shit, and she brings in an alligator and makes a dish which a million times better than the opposition. And the opposition was former Elite 10. You know what I mean? So it's like, her power level is fucking retardedly huge. Like it's just
I can't even imagine what's gonna happen next because she's still in the fight. Like this hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, like part of me wants it because I reckon that it's going to be Aldini versus Rindo, and I really want to see that.
These are like our level discussions.
Like the results of what's going to happen next. All I know is it's going to be very insane.
Aren't there far level discussions in this show, just like with Dragon Ball? Do people imagine, oh, what if this person fought this person? Is there the thing like that?
That's the thing. Like it is
mostly,
like
for this arc mostly because it's a team battle. Like everyone's facing each other right now. It's most exciting like tournament arc so far, I'd say, because there's just so many more characters to be invested in, and they're all.
That's the thing. I reckon like everyone talks about My Hero, but honestly, I reckon Shokugeki has the best tournament arcs in anime, which is a big claim because you guys are Hunter
X. Is basically a tournament arc, which is
and they all fucking land too, which is amazing. Like. What I love about Shokugeki is it makes the battles in the show are some of the most intense battles in anime, but there's not a single punch thrown or a single gun fired. Like, they're insane. Like, I think one thing that makes me so happy about Food Wars in just the way it's sort of set up is the stakes are always incredibly high, but after the camp arc, it's like they throw a couple of curveballs in the middle of the sea, which remove all of your fucking preconceptions. Like anything could go.
This fourth season just has so much more stakes than the like earlier seasons because now like the entire like future of the school is at hands.
Yeah, and we all know that it's a shonen, so we know that the good guys are going to win. But the question is, who's going to go down in the battle for victory? Who's going to go down? Like, because I'm not going to spoil anything, but in several of the previous arcs, there were some actual genuine upsets. Like things that you thought were going to happen didn't happen, and they fucking throw a curveball, and it just keeps getting more interesting. And so, like, Food Wars is just...
Can you give an example of a curveball? Because I have no idea how a cooking show would throw a curveball. Oh, wait, really? Oh, wait, are you talking about the manga?
We're talking about, like, the results of what happens after a fight.
Like, Shokugekis and stuff like...
Yeah,
okay,
but at least, who haven't watched... Well, why are you here if you haven't watched, like...
Well, there was, like, one part where the main character just, like, lost. It was like, oh, he actually had to deal with that.
Yeah, he got beaten, and like there were times like where you thought that the rebels or the good guys were gonna go ham and absolutely smash it out, but no, they get beaten, and you sort of look at it, and so the final lineup is a completely different lineup than the one you were expecting. But what I think makes Soma like Shokugeki no Soma so good is because the supporting characters of this show are insane. Like the supporting cast make this show what it is. Mainly because you start off with like the main group. You've got the Polar Star Gang. So you've got Yukihiro Soma and Megami, and they sort of start off as the first two. And then you have Nikami who comes in, and she's like an adversary turned good guy.
See, here's the thing: most sports anime have like that one cheerleader girl, or like a few people on the bench. But this show, literally everyone is a supporting cast character in the like Polar Star Dormitory that you love. So every time they're on screen, you're just like, Yes. There's just like 10 coaches on the sidelines every time. It's amazing.
I know it's a bit overused. I know it's a bit overused from at least by me, but it's kind of why Haruhi is so good, because like Haruhi has a large cast of characters, but you know, even when the SOS Brigade are going on their other adventures, like especially at the cultural festival, when Haruhi and the gang are going on other adventures, the supporting characters you've seen from previous arcs and previous stories are in the background doing their own thing still, and they still get shown every now and then. So the characters who you see throughout the show, you know, like Shonen always has this issue. Like Dragon Ball is a huge offender in this, where you'll have a big arc with these characters and then they'll never show up again. Whereas in Shokugeki no Soma, like if a character shows up, you can guarantee that they will be back in the show at a later time. Like if you have a Shokugeki against someone in season 1, for example, in season 3 they're going to be there as part of the plot in a different capacity. Like, you know what I mean? Like
That's pretty cool.
The different members of the different parts of the show, like Aldini starts off as a rival character and then turns out to be best boy, because fucking just the Soma Aldini bromance is just, yeah, like you know what I mean? Like characters start off in one sort of spot. They start off as just, you know, either antagonists or they're side characters doing something. Like a perfect example of this would be Shinomiya, the chef from the camp arc in season 1. Right? Slight spoiler, but okay. Shinomiya, French chef, season 1, shows up and is this really harsh taskmaster, and there's this huge battle between him and Soma that goes down, which we can't talk about because that's super spoiler. But he's in season 1. He then shows up in season 2 because Soma gets posted as, you know, his apprenticeship to Shinomiya's restaurant. And then, in this latest season, no spoilers here, but Shinomiya shows up again to provide support to one of the main characters in the final season. So, like, there have been several arcs, and Shinomiya comes back a couple of times, and other characters from other parts of the story are popping in and out at different times, because they're still in this world, they're still relevant, they're not forgotten, they're still there, and they come back in.
That's 100% shit right there.
See, this is why this is why Food Wars is up there with Hunter x Hunter. It's just, you have to have a cast. Like every character has to be someone you love. Or else, what are you doing?
Look at the photo you show when you say that, though.
I'm just posting all my like memes I made of Food Wars. I'm trying to make lots of just communist Food Wars memes.
I saw that one. I want every dish to be free. That was a dank one. Yeah. I want every dish to be free. And the funny part is that someone said that before. I think the guy from the Linux creator or something, the IT guy that makes Linux. He has a video that he compares programs to food recipes, and he says programs should be free. You can't hold on the source code. You have to let everyone give their spin.
And this way he meant a more artistic way, you should be able to create any dish you want to. But I think you can also interpret that as people should be able to afford dishes as well, because he runs a diner, and Azami wants to make every food only for the upper class basically, and anyone else below that doesn't even deserve to have a good meal.
He's banning anime because you think banning anime is just for lollicoms with lower culture or something.
Basically, that's Food Wars for you.
I see.
But yeah, this show...
Man, it's kind of crazy to think that Food Wars started in 2015, right? Started in 2015. It's 2019. Food Wars is rocking. And so, one thing I really like about Food Wars that is really sort of exemplified is the art style. What I love about the art style of Food Wars is the first 2 seasons were really sort of cartoony and really...
It's
And
gotten
then
a
season
lot
3
more
and
bold in season 4.
season 3 and season 4, the characters have grown up a bit, and they're like, they've got a sharper, more angular
What
profile.
Hunter x Hunter 2011 Dick Writing Association said is they have like the Kuroko art style now, and the character designs have a lot more like bold outlines. It's a lot better in the 4th season, for sure.
That's the thing, you can tell where their budget got boosted, right? Because the first two like seasons, they had like an average budget. See if we can get a side by side comparison.
Silas, can you tell me what's going on in this OVA here? What's happening?
What do you mean?
I pulled up. There's an OVA, and apparently we all need to watch it because I didn't see it.
What, a Food Wars OVA?
Yeah, they go to like basically having a sleepover. All the best girls. Clearly, we're missing out.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think I've seen this one. Yes, they go on a retreat to a like a spa. A spa in like the hills or whatever, and the kitchen ends up fucking up or something like that, and then because they're Totsuki students, they go back to the ways, and they cook to save the restaurant or whatever, and it's great. And also lots of girls in baths, and Megami being fucking amazing at ping pong. Megami's amazing.
Wait, they were foreshadowing that part already in the OVAs?
Yeah, dude, Megami was great.
Like the last episode this season, Megami, like they made a reference to like aim for the ace, the old like tennis anime, but instead Megami was playing like ping pong instead. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Megami's fucking G. Like, okay, so I sent a picture if you want to put that up. If you want to put that up there, that's from season 2. That's Soma and Hisako, and I can understand why some people in the chat are like, Hisako is amazing.
I honestly, she's like my next favorite, next to Alice, like by pure character design, but she doesn't get that much screen time, unfortunately. But I really like her. I like her more than Arena, that's for sure.
Can we go to the next show?
And then if I can find a good picture,
Food Wars all night.
I'm gonna try.
We're going to talk about.
We're just gonna make one last comparison here. We have one in
I know, it's okay.
early seasons, and then we're gonna see how much this improved. This art.
Yeah. Okay. And now so there you go. So you see, you've kind of got like the round sort of shapes and the sort of rounded faces and the cute art design. Then when the stakes get ratcheted up and shit starts getting, you have these motherfuckers right here. Look at that art style. Like, look at that design change right there. Like that. So you've got the you've got like the sort of smooth character designs, and it's all sort of cool and smooth. Like, yeah, I can understand Llama. Like,
Yeah, I don't know
Jalama.
why I didn't like pull up the food channel. I have an entire like food channel dedicated in the Discord server, so I should have just been pulling up all these images. For example.
And then you've got this right here.
Here's the aim for the ace reference. That's pretty cool.
So if you look at like Soma and Hayama and Kotokiba right there, and you look at the others like Erina, like and Aldini, like all their faces have gotten really angular and sharp, and there's lots of scowling and frowning and like dark shadowing, and it's like, oh, shit's getting real. I loved this art style. I love this new art style. It was weird watching the first seasons again, and I really enjoyed the first seasons. Like, yes. Slight spoiler, but yes.
Oh,
Megami and Shinomiya.
Here's a good image of Rindo cutting up an alligator. It's great. Don't share this with vegans.
Actually, but that's a good thing. If you bring that up, it'll show you like the difference in art style more closely, because you've got Soma with his smooth designs and Hisako being sort of, cute and rounded facey. I really like the first round of the Stagiaire when Hisaku went, yeah, there we go. See, so that's sort of that really sort of angular lines and darker colors. Like I really do like the current Food Wars art style. But I mean, we've done Psychopaths and we've done Food Wars. That's pretty much all we came on to talk
well, there's
about. Let's
actually
be honest.
another show me and Wiki need to talk about. We need to talk about Stars Align. Did Wiki get out already?
Two, maybe there one at best, two more shows that we want to talk about.
Yeah, guys, it's been fun, but I'm gonna hop out and hang out with some of my other buddies. But it's been fun being on the stream. Check out for my top 10 video that's coming on in an hour or so, a couple of hours maybe.
Alright, see ya.
See you guys.
See ya. Thanks for that company and stuff. All right, Calliope.
It's just you and me. Maybe we can
You're...
go harder on Stars Align than I initially thought. Maybe we should be the last one we wrap it up with. Is there anything else we have to talk about?
Babylon is interesting, but have you watched anything besides like one episode?
Which one?
Babylon.
Oh, yeah, I watched 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah, and I lied. I also lied. I watched 3 Isekai. There's also the other one with the girl who's going to write books. And I watched like 2 episodes. I watched 2 episodes. It's very slow and very boring.
Yeah, I heard that was a very slow burn. It doesn't sound like my thing.
Yeah, so which is sad because it sounded so exciting. It's just such an exciting premise, but I don't know. It's kind of slow.
Who would have thought?
So yeah,
books to another world isn't that exciting. You should just read books at home instead. High Score Girl is really good still. What are your thoughts on Babylon? I'm not liking the themes of. Interesting fact.
What do you think are the themes?
No. Here's the thing, right? Babylon. Let's premise this show, and I'll just give you a stat. In my state of Ohio, in America, in the last decade, this is according to a news headline I just recently saw. The suicide rate has gone up 56% in the last decade for people aged like 14 to like 20 something.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's lower for
15%.
Like it's lower for everyone, but like if you look at like the younger people, it's much higher.
Like 15%?
56%.
Higher?
It increase.
56. Oh my god, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. There was like a stat in that article. It's like, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's probably too depressing to say.
But the show is like that. The show is very strong though. So the show has no.
Yeah.
No
The show's theme is like they're in this like mega city or like this new city that's like a model for every other city, and just like some random mayor gets elected, and this new mayor is just like, why don't we just like legalize suicide? And then he just has like his like it's like cult of people just like jump off a building to like demonstrate his new like law.
It's so weird, right? Like they are talking about this new city, and I think they focus more on like medicine. Like that's the main thing they focus on, just releasing medicine.
They start out like investigating like this pharmaceutical company that's like selling these like drugs, and it seems like these drugs are actually making people kill themselves. That's the feeling the vibe I'm getting.
It's so weird. They say that the drug makes you sleep forever, so it's basically killing you. That's without killing you. So it's kind of like a loophole in the law or something. Like that's what they build up, kind of. So, but at the same time, there's a character. Is it too much spoilers?
I don't think so. I mean, we've only watched 3 episodes, so like, you're gonna see.
I watched it all. I watched everything actually. Like that's come out, or maybe like one episode. No, I didn't watch the last one, maybe. So here's the thing, Calliope. You can get. I'm going to say it. You can get the images I showed it you. I showed it you before.
Let's see.
Because
which one you want?
There is an interesting thing. Because I think it's not a spoiler. What I'm going to say is not a spoiler because of this. And show the images. The 2 images. Yeah, so you can see there the cover of Babylon right there, right? It's just 2 dudes in like these abstract things. Yeah, right.
This is a girl.
Where's the girl in the? I mean, in the anime, My Animalist, right there.
My Animalist.
That's the one they choose to put in the My Anime List screen, right? The main one.
Oh, but
it's there, 2 dudes.
So there's 2 dudes in the anime one, but for the manga, it's just a girl.
Yeah, no, that's a light novel. That's a book. It's a novel. It's a novel. It's an actual novel. And the actual novel, and this is the other post for the anime, which is more in line with what the novel says. So the Western people that from My Anime List, they chose to get the only cover for the 3 ones that doesn't display a girl with this mad face looking at you in the screen. Like look at the other one, like just this mad girl. And this is the most exciting thing about the show is this girl. Because even though they're investigating about suicide, it seems that this girl can make people want to die. She's so cute that people want to die after talking to her. And no one knows how.
The ultimate drug.
It's insane.
Women, incels, the anime.
Yeah, that's what kind of... What is going on?
I'm not gonna lie. Just after I watched that 3rd episode, like the reveal after the 3rd episode, I'm just like, wow, this is the ultimate incel anime. Because it's just like this girl made like multiple people just kill themselves just instantly, and I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
It's 60 people just throw themselves like, yeah, let's go, and they have smiles on their faces, and everyone's like, what the fuck? So the show is very intriguing.
Weird. I don't know what's going on. But yeah,
this show is very
it's really interesting how it has like a theme around like medicine and city building, because like this is a real like crisis, and I'm sure people are experimenting with cities. But like I said, in my state it went up to like 56%, and there's like a real like opioid crisis. So I mean, it's not like so yeah, there's a correlation between those opioids probably and that rate. I'm definitely sure.
Oh shit!
Because
so are opioids running around in your city?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in Ohio because there's like this place called like Portland or something. Well, it comes in from like basically the lake, I think, or whatever. At least there's like certain like areas it's mostly coming through. I'd say it's bad.
Shit.
Oh well, also pharmaceutical.
How do you think
that's actually the big
relates?
Issue. It's because it's like, oh, you broke a bone? Here, have some opioids. Don't get addicted, kids. I'm not sure.
But how do you think that relates to the show, though?
Because they're like investigating a pharmaceutical company. Well, it's not directly related, but like.
Oh, I see.
They're investigating like a corrupt like pharmaceutical company, and they're making drugs that literally put people to sleep forever. You said.
Yeah.
So it's kind
That's what they're investigating about. It's so weird. And like AZ said that it's copying China. Like it seems China is making experimental cities for years, but I don't know how much you can wait to real life. This show is very absurd in a way. But here is the cool part. If you go on the Reddit threads, like, so one of the arguments of the mayor, even though like AZ is saying that he made a spoiler there, but I don't like. It seems more serious. So one of the arguments of the mayor is that he thinks that if he legalizes suicide or legalizes like talking about suicide or something, people will like have honest discussions that can stop suicide attempts or something. Which like you can relate to like for example Death Note, where Light says that in society no one discusses laws very seriously because everyone is hiding what they feel, and on the forums they show their true faces. It's kind of like that. That's his argument. And everyone in the Reddit's forums, everyone in the forums are talking about suicide shit. If you go on a thread from Babylon, half the conversation is just about like what would happen if you legalize suicide.
Yeah.
What is suicide?
That's the focus of the show, and there's like they're like voting on like should it be illegal to begin with, which is weird, I guess. I don't know. I'm not
his argument is true.
Not sure if I like the show. I don't really care, honestly. I just find it interesting, but like it's not my thing. I don't like.
Me too.
I don't really like discussing. I don't care.
But people do. But the people on the forums care. That's the thing, right? That he says, "Oh, people will start discussing it more seriously, and that would be good for suicide rates, or something." And people are discussing it more on the forums. That's interesting. If you want to see people talk about suicide, you go to Babylon threads. But yeah, the show is kind of boring. The only cool parts are like this girl. which is
Apparently,
funny because
Izzy is saying she's trying to beat the villain, so maybe she's a good guy. I don't know. It's hard to tell from the beginning. There's that third episode drop. Maybe. I don't know. It's pretty mysterious.
Yeah, it's very mysterious. The show is like very intriguing. It's not like good it's not really fun to watch, but it's intriguing, and sometimes very cool things appear that want you to keep going.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
Psycho-Pass, but really boring. And talking about a theme I don't necessarily care that much about. Like, I would never talk about this on a Reddit forum like everyone else is doing. Like, I just don't. I'm not that invested in, like, debating like the ethics of this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of politics stuff as well. And some people in the forums think it's very weak, the politics there, like the arguments that people came up with. They think the show is very superficial about the topics, which is like, it's a 12 episode anime at most. It's probably not, it won't go deep in these arguments. But I don't know, I think it's interesting to see politics being approached. Like, there's a politics guy, and he says that politics is all about gathering people's interests in a single desire and guiding them with It's interesting.
Oh, there was a show I forgot to shout out. This is just me being selfish. I'm just shouting this show out. It's called New Cooking Master Boy, Cooking Genius Mao. Now, this is the second season, so you actually have to watch this older prequel, which was made like a decade ago. So this is a good show. It's a food anime. It's not as like exciting as Food Wars, but it's just a good shonen. It's old, so
You really like
I just like it because it's cooking.
Huh?
Like, the food is not gonna look as good as Food Wars, because yeah, this was made a decade ago, but I really like it. It's just Shonen Journey, and he's a genius.
Wait, who is this guy in the back of the cover who has a weapon? No, in the other one, I guess.
Another one. Oh,
the
that guy?
other one.
Oh, there's one who has a sword, and there's one who has a stick. There's this one guy who uses like the stick to cook everything. He's just like, make a pizza? Well, I'm just gonna use my stick to make a pizza. It's crazy. The show where Food Wars goes over the top with like the aesthetics and like the extra decorations and the metaphors. These guys, they're just pulling out weapons and just like using like kung fu and stuff to cook. It's insane.
That sounds stupid.
It's fun.
But Food Wars also sounds weird, so
I'm not gonna recommend this to everyone. I'm just saying this is a cool anime, and if you like food, you'll like this show too. It's focused on Chinese cuisine specifically.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, Chinese cuisine is fun.
I don't think it has anything to do with Mao Zedong, but I'm gonna pretend that like he's a genius, taking after Mao Zedong. I'm just gonna pretend. Just like this cooking revolution, basically. No, that's not happening, but I'm gonna pretend that's what's occurring.
Okay, now we can finish this off with your favorite show this season, maybe, which we both like a little.
Yeah, we're talking about our last show of the day, Stars Align.
Stars Align.
I said this was probably my third favorite show this season, because there's Psycho-Pass and Food Wars. But this is the most interesting original anime, I'd say.
It's original? It's not. There's no manga.
No,
what?
There's no manga.
There's no way.
It's not adapted out of anything. It's literally just a guy.
Come on.
Wrote the script.
Click on the My Anime list. Click on the My Anime list thing. There's no way.
Akane Kazuki. He wrote storyboards, some like Code Geass OVAs over here.
No, go down. I want to see.
Genie Shaft. It's not adapted out of anything.
I can see. You should go down. Yeah.
I already showed you.
Original. Yeah, there you go. It's original. Oh my god, this is impressive. It looks like a manga. Wow. It looks like a manga thing. It's so edgy.
There's this old... Yeah. I can't say I've watched any other thing. But it's really cool that this is original. Just straight to anime.
That's really cool. I agree.
Sarazanmai.
I couldn't see that.
Original. So I feel like this is up there with like Sarazanmai and Maidens of the Savage Season in terms of like its message, and how strong it is.
Huh. Maybe I agree. I don't know.
But basically, this is a story about tennis, like growing up, dealing with like a lot of problems. The main character Maki, his dad literally just like, who was divorced, just comes to his like apartment, beats him up, and like takes his like his and his mother's money constantly. So there's a lot of domestic violence is like one of the themes. There's a lot of other things like that as well.
Yeah.
So it's a
it's
pretty heavy
almost like
show.
it's almost
You probably
it
wouldn't
almost like
you
it
probably
breaks our
wouldn't
suspension
expect
of
that from
belief.
you wouldn't expect that from like the title or like the picture, but yeah, this is a very heavy show as well.
Yeah.
And it deals with it in a very shonen way. I feel like I'm gonna make a video on this, so I don't know if I want to rehash everything, but you know, I could go ham on how this is just like a revolutionary show, a very leftist show.
Yeah. This show is very leftist. We were talking about this before. The show has a bunch of like, if Guns No Guns Live has all the coding for a cyberpunk show. It shows like the people dealing with like corporations that are creating innovations. This is all cyberpunk coding. That's the code for cyberpunk, and this one has the code for leftist shit. There's a bunch of like signs. There's a fat girl who makes the speeches. She eats a lot of cake.
How much detail should I go into? I'm asking the chat because we could wrap this up.
Or
yeah,
how much detail?
I could just like go on a rant about the video and just maybe like upload it and not make the video itself. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, how much detail can we go here? How much spoilers is choose more spoilers? That's a very good question. Oh, and for example, that's really cool. So this boy, you are not going to see that in many other like sports anime. This boy is using that cap, the tennis cap right there, and it seems only women use that cap. But he just said, "I don't give a fuck. Who cares?" And he just uses the cap. And because he's almost like he would all if he didn't have like this dark, like everyone has dark background in this show. So if he didn't have like he's almost like Gary Stu. But he chooses to use this cap anyway. So that's no other sports show. I've never seen this before.
I don't think that's
doesn't care about
it, but it's cool. I think they just wanted him to wear a cap in the title, so they're just like, okay, he doesn't care. He doesn't.
Yeah, but it's a woman's cap. It's like using a skirt, and he doesn't care. It's kind of like that, right?
I don't think it's like that. I think it's just like he's wearing a cap. So what? I don't know.
So he just thinks Japanese customs are weird.
The show does deal with I think there's like one kid who's at least implied to be gay, and he gets bullied, and the team is like standing up for him. So it deals with like a lot of personal issues as well.
This is not about sports, AZ. This is not about sports.
The latest episode was literally just a sports match, but like it is to just explore the characters. Like I don't feel like it's building up to like some like grand tournament. It's just building to explore these characters, and eventually, like the title suggests, stars align. I feel like there's gonna be a moment like while playing sports that just like the stars align for these.
So I have an idea. They were supposed to be like they were one of the worst teams ever, kinda in the beginning. But it's not because of tennis reasons. It's because they have like bad personalities and stuff. Like so, it's really about the characters, not about the tennis.
All right, I'll sell this to AZ, because apparently he needs sold. It really isn't about the sport. It's literally just to develop these characters. And what makes it so great is it has this like thesis statement basically in the title card, like even in an ever-changing world, the starlit sky will not change. So I'd say that's like a pretty dialectical statement. And like things often like turn into their opposite. You see like these relationships strained, like a mother who like doesn't really like is not compatible with Toma, like the second main character over here. His mother's just like afraid of him, which is kind of mysterious. We don't really know why yet. So there's like contradictions like that. And the reason I say it's dialectical, the only reason, is there's one point one character has like a Che Guevara book in the background. So that's my only evidence for why it's literally all
no. Not only like the whole show is full of leftist coding. So that even like having a Che Guevara thing, like everything kind of ties it up. So there's a bunch of coding for this thing.
yeah. So it just implies that like, you know, the world is changing, but it's like there's definitely truth, and there's like you can do things wrong. Like you could be a father who doesn't believe in victory or friendship or effort, because that's one of the scenes. It's just like this really shonen scene where Maki's dad takes his like racket. He was trying to get some money. And he saw he was like interested in this new like sports club, this like new something where he could have friendship and like put effort into things. And his dad's like, that's not in our DNA. You have my.
You are just like
so
me.
You're just like me, yeah. And he smashes the racket after saying something like friendship and effort. What was the last one? And he completely forgot like the victory element because he already considered himself like a failure and his son a failure as well. And it was a really great scene. And that's most of the show. There's scenes like that, and a great like, I mean, oh, you have some pictures, so it's not just like depressing like that, because the rest of the show is these like characters like developing like past their struggles, and like because the rest of the show is friendship and effort and victory. It's just moments of like that. It's like people reject progress and like how the world is changing. And I'll show this one. I'll show Wiki sent me a few pictures of the show. There's this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where
That's
they're just like running.
Spoilers, though.
And I don't know. It's like
this is the best scene of the show. This is so good.
For some reason, they're doing like some like running and doing some laps, and the two main characters are like racing each other. For some reason, like as Wiki pointed out, it just randomly goes black and white. Like this is the most hype running you've ever seen in your life. The colors.
It's so weird. It's so weird. So bad. I know, it's cool. It's cool. It's interesting.
And after the run where like everyone's like puking themselves, they like collapse on the ground and have this moment of coming together. So it's a good stuff. I really like the show.
Yeah.
And like as you know from my like video, I really like team stuff. And this is probably like the most realistic like team and like school, I'd say. I don't think most teams are going out there like Haikyuu, like we're gonna win the international chip. There's only so many elite schools. The rest are just like these clubs.
Oh yeah,
people coming together.
This is true.
Who just want to have fun and just like want something more than their sucky average lives, where they go home and their parents hate them. You know.
Yeah, this show like differently from like most sports shows. I guess maybe people who watch more sports shows would disagree, but the ones I watch, like they're more idealistic, and this one is very edgy.
This one's grounded. This one's grounded in like actual
grounded,
conditions, yeah. I'd say like it actually understands.
No, maybe grounded, not maybe like the other shows are too idealistic. This one is too depressing, maybe, but it's not. It feels depressing. More grounded.
It literally is very inspiring at the same time, even though it's depressing as hell.
It's interesting that you feel so. This is not. This is very edgy. I don't know. How could you not feel? Like it also breaks my immersion.
The weird thing is, like, let's not pretend that the people in this club are like goody two shoes and like the rest of the world hates them. Like some of them are like unhinged. Like one of them beats this bully over the head with a racket, and it just looks so disturbing because there was like blood everywhere. And like, oh shit. It feels like this could happen.
This is not a normal club.
This is not a normal sports club, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It feels like something bad can happen at any moment, and it's just like, oh my god, what happens next? And the rest of the time, it's just like a normal sports club.
This scene is really good. I never seen this before. This is a really well written scene. The chain of events that lead to this scene is really good. It's a well written show, at least.
Yeah, it's an original sport. Check it out. It's so cool to see.
It's original.
When people just like follow their artistic vision like this. Like Sarazanmai was original too, not based on anything. Very good. Savage Omeras of the Savage Season. I mean, it had a manga author, but like the manga author basically directs anime, so it felt like it was written to be an anime to begin with.
That's a good point. Yeah. But I have to say, like, I won't leave this without saying that this is a very also one of the codings in this show is Fujoshi shit. So this is going to be a very popular show with the Fujoshi honest. This is like Banana Fish if it had tennis instead.
I might as well just upload this as its own video. To explain why it's Fujoshi, there's like this one moment where they pairing off in duos. One of the problems of the club, as the main character Maki explains, is they were paired off as like lackeys and leaders, and he decides to fix that, and pairs off the duos in like ways that they actually complement each other. So they weren't necessarily like friends anymore. They were just like the best people who could be on duos. And
It's not about friends. It was more like the big guys. They were like, oh, who I'm going to pair with. Well, I want to do whatever I want. So I'm going to get like anyone who is going to let me do wherever. So
yeah, that's true.
It's not a good pairing.
Lackeys and leaders. They paired with someone who would just like listen to their commands, and it just ended up in like these pretty toxic pairs, which could not hold their own in like a match.
yeah, that's true. Easy.
Fujo. Yeah.
I don't know, sports, anime, just Fujo stuff. Yeah, kinda, but this one's more heavy on that, I would say. But it's good. It's really good. It's like Banana Fish. Like everyone watches Banana Fish, even though it has heavy Fujoshi coding. It's really good. Both of them are really good.
Never mind. I feel like I'm gonna repeat myself. I feel like I am just gonna make another video. Never mind. Saw to store views. Oh no. No, he's stealing our views right now. He's trying to take us all to an Arma stream or something.
Okay, Calliope, let's end this off with what shows in this season do you think are worth watching? Like for not because they are in this season, but forever.
Food Wars,
like what shows do you think
Stars Align. We'll wrap this up real quick, and then you can go over the Posada stream if you like Arma and Nex or Tanks or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, which shows are actually good, like forever, not just stuff you watch on the season.
It is probably the most interesting season yet. Food Wars. I don't really care about Isekai, so I'm not going to recommend Cautious Hero. But I don't know if you like.
Cautious Hero is just bad. Like never watched the show ever. It's horrible.
Oresuki is probably okay. My rule is watch 3 episodes of it and then pretend it finished itself.
That's true.
Lolly Pride, if you like lollies, I guess. I don't know.
Well, wait, do you actually think Lolly Pride's a good show for? Like,
it's not bad.
Kind of like
not
maybe not a classic, but it's like an 8 that you would recommend everyone to watch.
No, it's like a 6 out of 10. In the 6 out of 10, that's pretty solid in my book. So if you want a 6 out of 10, Psychopaths 3 definitely watch all of Psychopaths. No Guns, No Life. No Guns. It's called just No Guns Life. Sorry, I just want to call it No Guns, No Life so bad. You can't even believe this.
I know.
It's good. It's good. No Guns, No Life, best. Second best Cyberpunk for the season. Beastars, yeah, that's up there. Honestly,
what grade would you give to No Guns Life? Actually, how much would you give it?
6.5 out of 10. I don't know.
Me too. It's not No Guns Life is fun, but it's not good. I think
it's better than Assassin's Pride, but like not by much.
Yes, I agree, because I like Cyberpunk and it has good writing. There are good writing elements here. I don't know. I don't think Lolly Pride has good
Beastars
writing.
might be your favorite show this season if you don't agree with our favorites. It's a good show.
Beastars is a classic manga. Okay, so this show is, if the anime is not a bad adaptation, it will be an 8 at least. So yeah, Beastars is a classic.
8 Grand Order if you like gacha games and Ishtar. I'm gonna only watch it for Ishtar, that's for sure.
Yeah, Conrad the Internet says it's
hold on for Camelot if you want Saber, like Wiki.
Interesting.
Skipping over Isekai number 4000. Skipping over Azur Lane.
Yeah, skip Isekai. All the Isekais this season.
Basketball anime, I really don't care. It's not. This sports anime is definitely not as good as Stars Align. That's for sure. I don't even have to watch.
Did you watch a single episode of that?
No.
I was planning to watch it to the stream. I didn't.
Oh,
that's so sad. I wish we could compare. I wish you could compare them, but yeah, I can't see it.
It might be okay.
I didn't see it.
I'm judging it too harsh, but it's just like why would I watch this?
Anyone in the stream watched it?
I could just watch Kuroko no Basket over again.
Come on! What? Kuroko is a unique show. No sports anime is similar to Kuroko.
Well, I at least need to read like Slam Dunk or something before watching this one. That's for sure. I could care less about.
If anyone watched this show, please tell us like how it is, because we didn't.
Babylon, yeah. I don't think I care. Like, I just don't care off the.
I think that there's very unique edgy scenes in Babylon. I think the main girl was very.
I was
interesting.
very convinced by how it like presented itself. It was very interesting directing. I think replay value made it video on it. Cool, I guess.
Huh.
I
The
don't really
directing?
care about
Which directing
though.
are you thinking about?
Well, like, there's like interesting
what?
shots, like you know how like zoomed in on that like during that like they were interrogating her, the woman. It just like did all these like weird things, like zooming in on her mouth randomly and stuff.
Oh yeah, I need to say that the main girl in the anime, she looks like what they describe. She's so like alluring. You can't take your eyes off her. Like I am convinced. The anime convinced me. This girl can make people do anything.
A lot of that has to do with how it's like using the camera, I'd say.
Yeah. So I agree. Babylon is unique. It's not a more than a 7, but it's unique.
I don't know what this show is. I have no idea.
Me neither.
No idea what the production IG Sherlock is. Another show where they're investigating. Way too many, I guess. There's another isekai or something. Didn't I say to make their abilities average in the next life? No idea what this is.
Me neither.
Looks cute, I guess. I'm not gonna watch it.
I think Beastars is the only thing I would ever recommend forever. Then.
Yeah, so I think that's about it.
Beastars and Hoshiai no Sora is also really something.
Stars Line must watch as well.
Yeah, Stars Line and Beastars are both at least 8s above, probably.
Oh, are there anything like below this? Are there movies or anything? Like
I have no idea. Don't you compare to last season or something?
Oh, we forgot one, Wiki. We forgot because it was so far below. Blade of the Immortal.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Blade of the Immortal. I would also recommend that. Blade of the Immortal, but I don't have much to say besides it's cool.
It's really cool. Yeah. It's like as like it's as edgy as like Babylon, but like instead they're getting like sliced up by katanas. It's good, great stuff.
Edgy like Babylon? I guess no, it's not. But yeah, it's as edgy samurai shit, and the main girl and the main guy, they make a very cool partnership. Yeah, no, it's good. It's very good. The writing is the manga. It seems like the manga has bad parts because the first anime there is a one anime in 2008 that's what was made. But yeah, I watched the first episode. It's on YouTube, and it's not good. Like the first episode's really bad, but this one made the first episode good. So there you have it. This anime is really good.
Oh, cool. There's I guess the movies came out for Legends of the Galactic Heroes, the new reboot.
Oh shit.
Oh, did Frag Time come out? I want to see that movie. November 22nd.
Frag the movie?
Frag Time. It's a Yuri show. It looks really good. I don't know.
Let me see.
It's not often you get a movie focused entirely on Yuri. It doesn't happen.
Where is it? What's the name?
Frag Time.
Right.
That sounds so inappropriate.
This is interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Black Fox, did you watch that?
Oh, she can stop time. Oh, so in Brazil they had a is this season is Black Fox this season?
It was October. Black Fox the movie aired.
Oh, so there was a screening of this movie in São Paulo. I watched it yesterday, and a bunch of old people were there as well. Like, there's a bunch of like regular, like people who watch anime, and also like a bunch of old elderly people as well. It was always cool. And this Black Fox thing, it's Avengers but anime. Imagine if Avengers with a bunch of cute lollies, and instead of like having Avengers coding, instead of like comics coding with the ideas from comics, like the usual heroes, Spider-Man and stuff like that. Instead, you have the coding from anime. So there's like the Black Fox is more Japanese. She has like the Japanese influences. She has this katana. She throws shuriken. So, but she's also, and the one of the characters is like Rey. So they use all the coding that we have in anime from Evangelion, all the usual coding, but they use it in Avengers. It's really cool.
God, I guess this movie based on No Longer Human aired already. That's interesting.
Oh,
6
shit.
out of 6.03 amount. I don't know. I started reading like one page of that book and it was like, this is not good. Sorry, Osamu Dai's. It's too edgy already.
Which one? Which one?
The book No Longer Human. I guess I don't know.
Oh, I watched it. I
read
read the whole thing. I read the whole thing, and it's a thing. It's very unique, and you can see like the emotions the main character goes through. It's very interesting.
I think
It really worked better as an anime. If it's an anime, I think I recommend it.
Ooh. Oh, cool. Okay, there's a Sympho Gear special. That sounds cool.
Oh yeah, how much did you watch of Sympho Gear? How far did you go?
I watched 2 seasons completely so far.
That's a lot.
I'd say the first season was actually the best. I don't know. The music felt better in the first season.
Interesting. But talking about like this current season and the last one, fall and
This season has a lot
spring,
like
winter.
more exciting shows than the last season.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
We mean second seasons, right?
The last season was more kind of disappointing. Like, I don't know, Fire Force. I'm sure I would be excited for it later, but I don't know. Not interested. Dr. Stone, I wasn't as interested as I thought. Vinland Saga, not as good as I thought.
Oh.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this. I'm probably gonna piss everyone off. I think we should end the stream. Okay, Posadas is streaming. So, it's time to end the stream before I piss every Shonen fan off. Okay, so I want to watch Arma. I don't think there's like a Twitch like go to this stream, but that's what I'm telling you to do. Thanks to everyone for watching. I felt like there was a lot of people here.
Yeah.
I think this was a lot more discussion than last time we did, so that's great.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. It's not over, Wiki, but I didn't even end the stream.
Wait.
Okay, bye.
No, I mean
Wait, you have something to say?
No, just end the stream. I was saying that this was fun. It was a fun conversation, Calliope. You can now end the stream.
No,
that was what I mean.
Just as a hot... I don't feel like
What? Goodbye, everyone. Have a